Well, the Tacom Tiger is more complicated.
Yeah, it's not very well engineered either. It's
Bit of an
quite poorly engineered. But the interior is pretty nice, but it doesn't. None of the plates fit together. The back plate in particular, because basically what it is, this back engine panel with all the separate sub-assemblies on that, they don't really line up that well. And so I sort of lost it.
So you said they look like a Jerry Anderson set. Hey guys.
You're looking like what?
I said this thing is starting to look like one of Jerry Anderson's sets.
Is that the sub?
Okay.
From the Thunderpin, from like Thunderbirds or Captain Scarlet.
Is that your sub pen diorama?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got a distinctive. I expect a marionette to come walking through the room.
Oh yeah.
They were a little bigger than that, I guess.
Yeah, the marionettes were. I was actually looking pictures of Jerry's sets and stuff. Like, holy fucking hell! There's a job for you. Holy jeez, they're the size of rooms, like houses. They're enormous. Wonder what they did with them all. I know they saved some of them, but it'd be cool to have one of those in your house.
Jan, I see you're trying to get in, but your picture isn't coming through, and I think your sound isn't coming through either.
No, there's nothing coming through.
Well, I'm not speaking yet.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Jan.
I did say hi, guys, but you're all too busy doing what everyone's doing.
I didn't hear anything coming from you. I only saw your avatar and nothing more.
I
I
didn't
didn't hear anything. No, I didn't hear a whisper.
Been a while
Been a
since you
long
were
time.
on.
Yeah, probably the last time was what? When I was in the Philippines.
Yeah. No, once when you just went come back. The Sunday after you came back or something like that. The day after you came back, I guess.
So, how is everyone?
Fine. It's weekend, so that's always a good thing.
Fine, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh dear. Thanks, actually. I'd got a bunch of paints and stuff to do that. I got some AK Interactive True Metal paint. That's really good for brass. It makes a really nice brass effect. Trying to think what I can do.
I haven't quite got my head around those yet.
What, the True Metal paints?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
They're a bit like oil, so they come in like a little.
They're not though.
Yeah.
They're actually an emulsified wax.
No, they're not. They're wax based. Yeah, they when you smell, they smell absolutely nothing like oil because they're.
Well, they smell like my grandmother after she came back from the beauty salon. That's what they smell
Yes, yeah, they do.
like really cheap
That's
hair.
exactly what they smell like. Actually, it smells like some sort of perfume. But they brush on really nicely. And then you can buff them as well, so that's nice.
I'm still getting used to them.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of call for them. So I got a bunch of those pigment powders too from what's his name? Itchy?
I don't know.
What's his name? Itchy powders?
It's a new sort of thing.
Well, I got some here. I don't remember the name of it. Itchy or he didn't bother. Ooschi. These fucking.
Oh, I see.
These things.
Oh, I see.
Right? I got a bunch of those. I hate them.
What's wrong with them?
They're messy. I go to use them and they just end up all over the goddamn place.
Are they like MIG pigments in that sort of product?
Yeah, I don't know. I either I can't figure out how to use them because I'm too stupid, or I just the way I do metal effects, that product won't work the way I do metal effects, and I don't like the look of them. So I like I use dry brushing with gunmetal paint.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I do. No, I use that.
An HB pencil.
Yeah, HB.
Oh, wow.
It's what I do. I usually use like an enamel or an acrylic, like a kind of a bright metal, not chrome, but close to that.
I'm doing like
Like
worn.
a steel, and then
I'm doing like worn.
I wear it down with.
The last thing I wanted to do is shiny. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Track teeth.
Yeah. Well, what I do, I tone it down. So I put the metal on, then I get some
Weer een
graphite
dag
powder on my
vernemen.
finger.
There. Do that.
Oh.
Do that with a pencil. Right?
Yeah.
That'll do all your track teeth right there. Right?
I've got this. This is a very thick pencil.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, like a carpenter pencil.
Yeah.
That'll do. That'll take care of all your track teeth wear and tear and any shiny metal along the crisp edges on the side of the tank where the guys climb and
Yeah.
inside of a hatch and stuff like that. That'll do all the shine you need. Anything shinier than that, and you're going over scale.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't get shiny like polished steel. It's rubbed iron. That's
And also it's weathered. It's almost weathered like immediately after it's exposed. So I've got some of that going on my Sherman here. This diorama that I did recently.
Yeah. I use that figure right there. The guy with his hand in his pocket. I used to see it not long ago. One guy right over there. An Alpine figure, I think, isn't it? Can't remember.
Sorry.
The fellow with his hand in the pocket there in the overalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it here. No, mine's a different guy. Never mind.
No, this is because basically it's Tamir's Easy 8, and then they made a crew set to go with that.
I think he's got goggles on his hat, on his helmet.
Mine. He's just got like a canvas. He doesn't have any goggles on it. The rest of them have goggles.
Maybe I put the goggles on myself.
These all have goggles on them. Actually, it needs dusting.
I thought it was an Alpine figure.
Nah, these are just. I've never got any Alpine or like Hornet. I've never done resin figures, even though they're infinitely better than styrene.
Well, they just came in the Tammy Easy 8 kit, did they?
They didn't come with it. You get one figure with Tammy's Easy 8.
I don't know where I got mine.
Commander.
I have no idea where I got mine from.
No, this one, it's a full crew. So it's
Yeah,
like Commander.
it's like
Commander.
that guy and another guy carrying an ammo crate. And,
Yeah, that's what I got.
yeah, I don't know where I got them from.
No.
I can't remember. They came with something, I think. I just don't remember what it was.
Funny.
I might have bought them separately.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't use all of my crew. So there are only 4 figures on this base. But the only one who's not here is the radio operator, and I'm gonna have him so he's in the tank and he can't see him.
Yeah.
Then.
Let's see. These right ones? Yeah. 144 scale is not my favorite scale.
Oh no, 144. Is that 144?
Yeah.
Ooh dear.
Ooh. Blind.
It's too small. One
Apparently
of my friends has been. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you're saying?
I was going to comment on something Savage said in one of the chats.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, one of my friends been trying to get me into 1/48th scale. And he gave me a kit, S 222 scout car, and I made a little.
There's a
piece
lot
of
of really nice 148 scale kits.
Mm.
Really nice. Tamiya does a bunch of really nice ones.
They do really good. They've I think recently they've just announced they're doing a elephant and a stern tiger.
Cool.
I'm like, yeah, I want that.
148 makes good
Oh.
ones.
Mm.
Oh,
So I actually saw the real elephant recently because it's in England now.
yeah, I got one sitting in a box right over there. But not
Oh,
an
yeah.
elephant, bird man.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Kursk ones. The ones that they thought, oh yeah, we won't include a bow machine gun. And definitely
No, we
doesn't
don't
need
need.
it.
We won't need to defend ourselves.
Yeah. Well, Molotov cocktails are just a myth. They're made up.
Let's see. Yeah. I remember how to do that, Seb.
Any of you guys see Adam Mann's build video on the Panther G?
Took G, the new one he just did.
Did he? No, I could see a little while ago he did a Panther G from Tamir.
Oh, Panther G.
Yeah,
No,
he did
not,
Panther
yeah,
G.
yeah, I saw that one. I saw that
Yeah,
one.
it's Herman Gorong division.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. It was really good. No, I don't know if Adam. I think Adam's watched this show like once before, so I don't know if he's listening.
Oh, he is.
Is he?
Yeah, I know Adam.
Nice.
I was actually astounded when he told me he was doing it. So
Yeah. It's annoying because I really want to get a new kit because this kit was just such a massive bomb. So gotta wait. 'Cause I essentially just wasted £50.
This looks like the old Hangout interface. It's got the toolbar thing on here.
yeah, but you still can do the lower third. That's good.
The what?
Where you put your name in.
I was never a fan of that. It makes your screen smaller.
It doesn't work anymore. So
G'day.
Who's
hi,
that?
Adam. Adam. Oh, Kiwi.
How's it going?
Good. Over on the island.
Oh, I got a week off work, so
As a Kiwi,
That's
grace
a
us with his presence.
That's good and bad, I guess.
I haven't done much more with the KV8, but I just need to get the wheels and tracks on it, really. And I'll keep weathering it.
I finished the KV220. That's done. Well, the build part. So
It looks good.
yeah, it looks good.
I
Built
always
not
wanted
so.
to do one of those trumpeter KVs.
Not this one. Believe me, don't do that one.
What is it? Which one
You
is
should
it?
try all acrylic weathering and hate
That's the new trumpeter KV220. I did a review on that for Ramorama. I'm going to edit it tomorrow and uploaded everything.
Yeah.
It's
How is it?
yeah, not good.
Not good. I found recently a lot of the. I don't know if anyone else found it. A lot of the kits that people have been putting out have been kind of half-assed. A lot of the Dragon kits in particular have been a bit shit.
Yeah,
So
they went the way of Dragon with this one. There's a lot of old sprues, old kits, old molds, and the new
When
things.
I say old, we're talking like 90s, early 2000s Dragon.
Yeah,
Like,
this
like
is
Panther A.
the wheels and suspension are mostly from the original KV, that's 2001,
Ooh,
and
Imperial Series Dragon kits.
yeah.
Ooh,
But
dear.
even on the 2016 parts, the fit is bad on some parts.
Yeah, is it just not like compatible between the two different?
No, you got the turret is completely new. Every part of the turret is completely new, and even
Yeah.
those things don't fit together.
Shit. Because what I found, I saw that what they were doing with the Dragon, that Panther prototype that they'd made.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it just had a bunch of old parts, and it was just ew.
Yeah, but the stupid thing is, I built one KV and I got a couple more KVs from Trumpeter, and they're all pretty good. But
The
even
KVs,
when
I know the
you got the
KVs.
wheels, if you got the wheels when you put the front and the back just together, for some reason they were so tight that you at first you almost couldn't get them together. And where you got, and I'm just on to be on the safe side, just a drop glue in there so it will always stick. They just burst open.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes tight is a good thing.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have too many problems. The wheels were a bit weird because, like, the molding is kind of soft on the inside, so where they're meant to like join together, it doesn't really work. But other than that, it was pretty easy.
That's all right then. The last Trumpeter kit that I did, I think, was an IS7, and that was pretty good actually. Pretty good kit.
Yeah, normally all the trumpets I built were good kits, so that wasn't a problem.
I like about
Is that
Trumpeter.
weird?
I was actually surprised that this one wasn't that good. I mean, you got a giant turret on this one.
Yeah.
A giant
turret?
As you can see how big it is.
A giant turd?
Yeah, a giant turret.
Holy shit.
And a turret.
Sorry.
And a big turret.
A
And
big
being
turret.
Russian, but the turret is so smooth, there's nothing like texture. Except,
Yeah, it should be.
That's like having
except for
textured
this
turds.
part. This part here, the mantlet cheek, that one has texture. That's the only thing.
What I wish they would do is just have every kit textured the way that Meng did that King Tiger, because that is like some insane texturing.
I'm still
Speaking of
waiting.
which, I just got mine after how many weeks of waiting?
Yeah, you're lucky. You lucky that you got the Meng one instead of Takum's.
I have both.
Oh, I didn't want to do the interior, so I was like, well,
Yeah,
I'll just go for the cheaper option.
you should. And that's what I should have done. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because I want to do a King Tiger. The main thing with the Takum one is that the torsion bars didn't line up at all. They were here. Even when they were locked in, it was just the way that they were engineered wasn't that you have to make significant modifications to each arm to make sure that it's straight.
I've heard that before about the swing arms. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
also heard that people have had no trouble at all with it.
It's weird, yeah, it's weird. So I know some people are just like, oh yeah, they were fine, but mine definitely weren't.
I've
I
seen
don't
a
know if
couple
it's
of builds where
warping or something.
there's no fit issue whatsoever.
It probably requires like a specific way of like installing.
What
If you get
people, yeah,
Yeah. Some people are lucky to install it the right way, and some people are unlucky to install it the wrong way. The instructions sound like they're crap then.
yeah, the
Those
instructions.
main instructions are not good. I'm looking at them
No,
going,
it's
oh,
the Chinese. Is any Chinese manufacturer? Well, actually, I take that back. Rifles are pretty good.
Oh, I love rifle
trumpet instructions are alright. I've never had any problem with it.
Yeah, they're okay. And to
rifle.
me, I like Tamir instructions are, I think, the best, but they're Japanese, so they don't count.
I don't even bother with the instructions. It takes you 5 minutes to build your fucking kit, and then you're done with it. What do you need the instructions for?
Yeah, so you just shake the box. You just shake the box.
Dullest builds in the world.
They're good in one respect though, is if you need to get something ready to like just paint and you don't mind
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely
there's
just
for a bunch of models to paint.
There's a
and
bunch of
build a
subjects that only Tamiya produce, so you got no choice, right? And you're on a really good quality BT7. You get one of those BT7s from Tamiya. They're beautiful.
Those-
I think they're way too expensive. Those BT7s.
Those
personally.
BT7s are not the easiest of Tamiya's builds though. There's a little bit of
in 3 hours.
okay. Yeah, okay. I give it to you then.
3 hours is
It
all.
wasn't easy.
I built the
That Easy 8
BT7.
though, just didn't.
That was like one of the first models I did. So
I think they're more expensive now. When I first bought my the BT7s that I had, they were so cheap. I bought one, and I sent another one to Panzermeister 36, and he built one, and I built one. They were like,
Yeah, like a buddy build. Yeah, because I think I watched your build on the BT7.
yeah, I just threw that build in the garbage. Actually, a couple weeks ago.
No.
It's in the garbage.
I might have to get another BT7 because they do come up for special in like the local hobby shop and stuff. So I might have to wait.
Mine, because the only way I can get the BT, my local hobby shop doesn't. It does to me, but it doesn't do that kit. They go for about 40 quid in Britain.
That's a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for what it is.
They're a lot cheaper over here.
How big it is.
A lot
And you
cheaper.
guys get ripped off for Tamiya. No wonder you got like I always see Tamiya prices and go they're pretty comparable, and then everyone overseas screams that they're expensive.
It's weird. Some of them are expensive. I think a lot of the newer ones aren't too bad. Their new M10s are about 30 quid, which for that kit isn't bad. A lot of the new stuff isn't. The hobby shops charge too much for them.
I don't buy them from hobby shops. Can't
Yeah.
afford to shop at a hobby shop. Not too.
They pay like they ask for like 40 quid or 50 quid for kits, and I'm like, nah, fuck off.
I can't afford it. They
No.
charge
Anyway.
their markup because they buy them from the same place I buy them from, and at least they do here. And then they add their markup and then sales tax on top of that. I'm not going to pay that when I can just buy it right from the same place, not pay sales tax, not pay markup, and just pay the regular shipping.
Yeah, just go to fucking Hobby Link Japan.
That's where I go. Oh, I don't buy a lot from them because I don't have a lot that I want to buy. I buy a lot from Lucky Model, and I buy a lot from Korean eBay dealers. Because they have free shipping.
Yeah, really, free shipping.
Free shipping.
Is that to Canada? Yeah, it's Canada, isn't it?
Free shipping internationally.
It's the mainland China and Asia, man. They all like have subsidized shipping over there. It's annoying.
South Korea has free shipping. Their shipping is all, they don't pay for it. The government pays for a lot of it, depending on what it is they're selling.
That's good.
Yeah, they get really good deals over there. I'd love to have that deal. But I take advantage of it. I buy all kinds of stuff from them.
Because I think the next kit I'm going to do is probably going to be because the last few kits I've done have been either Dragon or Takum or things like that, and I think I need something easy for my
Takum and Dragon.
retard brain.
Part count heavy.
Yes, very.
Not meant for the faint of heart. Those ones.
No,
They
definitely.
don't design. Well, neither of those kit companies have new modelers in mind for their kits.
Is that
Not
Meng and Takum, or is it?
Meng, no, the Meng, at least the Meng kits that I've built, new modelers wouldn't have too much trouble building them.
I've done their Leopard 2A4, and I did their Tortoise as well, and they were pretty okay actually.
That King Tiger I finished, that was an easy build. It was
Yeah.
easy. And the
Yeah,
parts,
I think
the parts were all beautiful. The fits were awesome, right? Anybody could build that kit. The tracks were a little wonky, but some of that.
Lincoln length.
I don't like Lincoln length though.
No, I don't like Lincoln length.
I'm like the magic tracks. They don't bother me.
Rodney Hickey says, "Good day."
Hey Rodney, how you doing,
buddy? No, because I think I am gonna what I may do is either get Mengs, I'll probably get Mengs, or Tamir's King Tiger, and then but if it's Mengs, I don't really need to do it.
you buy Tamir's King
sort of-
Tiger.
Don't get King Tiger.
Tamir's King. I've done Tamir's King Tiger. It's very simplified. It's something you can really take pride in, sort of putting new stuff on.
You got to spend $40 in photo etch. It doesn't come
Yeah,
with it.
you got to put tons of photo etch on it.
Yeah, Dave, that's the 148 King Tiger.
What'd you say,
Sorry.
Ian? What'd you say, Ian?
That's the 148 King Tiger.
That
Is
one,
that
48.
That got photo etch in it?
No,
That was the thing. None of the Tamir
no, but
Tigers
it does have a
like, none of them.
metal hull.
Yeah, it's got that metal pan for the hull. They're supposed to be really beautiful fitting kits, though. Those 48s by Tamiya.
Why do 48th kits always have metal hull pans?
It was the first idea behind them was like to give them like even though they do make them look weighty or something. It was like Tummy is just kind of niche.
Yeah,
Like, hey, look at
Was
this.
it just-
We can
I mean-
make die-cast yeses.
and it didn't cost them anything. They had all this extra.
No, they've got the tooling, so they just use what they had.
Yep.
But they've gone away from it now. Like all the new release 48 stuff comes with metal weights, but they don't do die casts.
Yeah, no, I'm not heavily into diecast, to be honest.
But they're I quite like their 48 scale. Like I just bought their Yoked Panther because it was
Yeah.
cheap. I
They
had
make
free
very good 48th kits.
Yep.
I'll admit.
They've done really well as those 48s.
Well, I was just saying because they've announced Stern Tiger 48 Stern Tiger today, and Elephant.
The elephants come out.
Yeah, the Elephant's out now. Then
Be interesting to
Stern
see
Tiger.
what they look like.
Same thing, stick on Zimmerit as well.
Oh yeah, I've never used that stick. Have you ever used the stick on Zimmerit?
Nope.
I've either done it with Milliput. Or I did it once with Milliput, and it was a disaster. I just used
That takes
Apex
a
Milliput.
lot of practice.
Yeah,
A lot of practice.
that's
I've
an
done it
absolute disaster. I was freaking.
I've done it about 10 times, and I still have a lot to learn. It takes a lot of practice to get it right.
I had like a mild panic attack. It was just so. I plastered it on way too thick, and I was like, "Nah, this isn't gonna work."
1 millimeter.
Yeah,
That's just thing you ever want to get. It's really hard to work with it when it's that thin.
that's just what I get. I mean, this Porsche King Tiger, this just has ATAC Zimmerit.
Yeah, that's what I put on my Tiger P. Was the ATEX.
I love ATAC Zimmerit. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah, I love this stuff. Brilliant. Better than Edward photo etch. I hate the Edwards doing the.
Oh no, God no! I put that on a Stern Tiger, on a 35th Stern Tiger, and it looked terrible.
It's awful. It's really hard to work with. It's not very well detailed.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit.
Speaking of
Maybe
148, I just realised I still have my Firefly. I was one of the first models I built.
I've always wanted to do a Firefly. It's just such an interesting vehicle.
I love Fireflies. My favorite Sherman.
I quite like. I even like the Fireflies guy. I like the Israeli Shermans.
Yeah, anything they put together looks cool though. Right.
Yeah.
Those guys know how to super detail some shit, that's for sure.
Because I did an Israeli. So I've done an Israeli Centurion, and then this is a Centurion that I tried to do. It was actually supposed to be an Australian Centurion, but I fucked it up, and now it just sort of is a testament to my
Fuck up.
yeah, my fuck up, my lack of competence at the time.
I did V Club.
Yeah, this is it's a brilliant. It's such a good kit.
That is a beautiful, beautiful kit. I love building that. The only thing I don't like are the tracks. The tracks were awful.
What, the rubber band?
Yeah, they were terrible.
Mm.
Terrible.
They should do them how Bronco do their comic tracks.
I hate Bronco tracks. Oh man, I hate them.
No, they do the click together plastic.
Yeah, but you got to cut them off the screws. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
actually,
I'm not
you
gonna
do that.
cleaning up 150 links. I'm not going to do that. Right?
And
Speaking of which, I just did that with the Trumpter. That was hilariously fun.
Oh well, this kid does the link and length again. He doesn't even have
the sprues.
The band tracks.
See, I'd rather have link and length because then, like, you kind of know where you stand.
You can't pose them though.
No, but these one from Trump, they got the built-in sack on the top.
Which
Yeah,
is like,
you're gonna put that on a diorama. You're kind of fucked.
You put it on flat ground.
You just need loads of money so you can get full model tracks for every single model that you build.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I can afford that. I recycle my.
Loads of money.
When I need a set of rules,
I do.
I scrap, build, and take the tracks off an old.
Yeah,
rule.
same.
I can't afford to buy. Too expensive.
Well, in
Cost me
most cases, the tracks are actually worth
for a
more
set
than
of
the
full model
kit.
tracks. $75 Canadian.
These Panther tracks are waiting to go on something.
Jesus, they're like
I weathered them
$40
up.
Kiwi.
Yeah. Yeah, do you use US, like, I know this is a stupid question, but over in New Zealand, do you use Australian dollars?
No.
Or is it?
No, we use
No, is it?
New Zealand dollars. Funny enough, the New Zealand
Oh,
dollar is more traded than the Australian dollar.
Australian
the
dollars.
Australian dollars just, yeah,
You-
it's the Australian
We're
Last time I checked, the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar were pretty much the same.
Oh, no, that's bad.
Not worth the sheep balls.
That is bad. You'd be better
The,
off trading, like, pelts.
the New Zealand like currency is like in the top 10 traded in the world for some reason. Like
Well, we've recently had a bit of an incident with our pound sterling, following altercation with continental Europe.
what's the Canadian dollar? Is it CDY or
CDN.
CAD, is it?
CDN? Yeah, so it is. 1 New Zealand dollar equals 95 cents Canadian,
Oh,
That's pretty close.
almost on par.
which is makes sense because we're 95 cents to the Australian as well.
Yeah, no, Canada's money and Australia's money. Most of the time, they're almost the same, all the time. I'd buy stuff from Australia, but the problem is they're so goddamn far away. I can't afford the shipping. I bought a couple of kits. I bought a couple of kits from fellas in Australia, and it costs 3 times the shipping as it does the kit.
I mean,
If you
What I
are
do,
down
I-
this
my,
way, B&A Model World, good guys. Good
What,
guys.
B&A?
I bought stuff from B&A.
B&A are pretty good. Because I've got relatives over in Australia, so I can sort of say, yeah, can you get this for me, and then I'll pay you back. I'll pay you to get it and then ship it for cheaper. Yeah, a little bit of cheeky smuggling.
I do it all the time.
I'm like Han Solo, but for modeling.
Big time smuggler. I smuggle everything.
Just a
Budgie smuggler. I'm a budgie smuggler.
Oh, I'm just looking at this Centurion. This Centurion has really nice cast detailing on the final drive. Yeah, the final drive's housing. It's very nice. I'm so disappointed I fucked this kit up.
I'll say hello now. It's gone quiet. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
The conversation was in full flow, so I kept quiet.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the screen, so I didn't see it again.
I've been here an hour.
Seriously? Now I feel bad. I hope you're full of shit there, Mike.
I'm full of shit. Don't worry.
No. Well, you might be full of shit, but I hope you're lying too. Dun, dun, dun,
Hey, it's Everest climbing season again.
There's no answer to that, really, is there?
Oh,
it's
it's Everest climbing season.
It's like about a month.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like there's probably about 3 or 4 days to summit, and there's like up to 1,000 people a year wanting to summit Everest anymore. So it gets really hectic, and a lot of people die just because there's too many people on the mountain.
It's very dangerous. I know. I know of someone who's died. Trying to go up Everest. Usually, apparently, because you see bodies there, their bodies just all over the place, aren't there?
Damn.
On Everest.
Yeah, I had a friend that went up last year. Yeah, he only went up to Camp 2. He didn't plan to go any further than that anyway, but
Yeah.
he said it's a rubbish tip, like just people leave everything everywhere and just don't clean up after themselves.
Well, it's just the ultimate. It's the ultimate, isn't it? You know, oh, I just want to go. It's like a bucket. It's the top of everyone's bucket list, isn't it? So, and personally, I wouldn't, because I
Not
fucking
mine.
hate heights, and it's not my idea.
Hey, Chalky.
How you doing, sir?
Apparently, Chucky's been here over an hour. He was too rude to say hello.
I was too polite to interrupt.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you say
Just
that.
interrupt. I mean, it's not exactly riveting conversation.
Yeah.
No.
Who are you and what did you do with the real Chalky?
Because we're not even worth watching, you know.
No, it's not. Oh, well, it's not a. It's yeah. Well, it's not.
I wasn't aware
Well,
of the fact.
the thing is, it's not a show. So
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out how the hell we became a TV show. Pretty sure
All right, it's time for new kits of the week. Just go on a scale, mate.
You didn't say nobody's
Oh,
watching.
don't do that.
yeah, Mike, could you go over what the people are saying in chat because that's what everybody wants to know.
What? We have chat.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I saw it was Rodney saying hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you all have to say hi, Rodney.
Yeah, no, Rodney's still saying hello.
Hi, Rodney.
See, it works.
bit busier this week, Seb.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That was really worthless.
This one, but then there's... Where is it? Fuck. Oh, here it is.
Should I do more weathering on this thing or leave it be and then build the tracks and get it all done?
I've got a Tank Fest preview day booked for Bovington this year.
Lucky you. Very
Yeah.
lucky you.
I get to go inside a Jagdpanther. I'm
Yeah. Just
Die, you son of a. Hello, Sam. How are you?
I just wanted to say shut up, but die is also a possibility.
It's the wrong crowd, Gabe.
Is that still funded by World of Tanks or something?
Yes.
It's still sponsored by World of Tanks, yes. So Wargaming, more specifically. I don't know. I think there's some mixed. I mean, I'm trying to get an apprenticeship with them, so I'm just gonna say that everything they do is great.
I couldn't give a fuck, but I just say it great.
Yeah. So what you? Because I know some people are very, because I know a bit skeptical of wargaming. You know, there are reasons for that. But you know, if it's helping fund the workshops, then that can only be a good thing.
Roll the tanks and probably a year. Gave up on it.
I will be
prefer
looking.
that one,
Hopefully, I will be looking at real life driving German armor in May again.
Overloon,
Yes,
lucky
Is he has
fucker.
at Militrax?
Militrax. Yes.
I really want to go to Militrax.
That's only 30K for me.
What day's that on, Seb?
May 16th. Check.
I miss all of the European tank stuff like Overloon
And we got Santa Fe as well this year.
There's going to be a Panzer 38T.
Well, Militrax.
tank.
Yeah, I just saw the photos on their website. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, among other things.
Don't they have a FAMO Overloon?
Yeah.
You know, the 18-tonner.
Yes, they do. It drives.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I really want to see a FAMO. FAMO is a big old rock.
Oh, this year the Kropotze will also be there.
Oh no, they're pretty cool. Is that the 8x8?
No, it's a small one.
No,
Six.
okay. 6x. I think I know what you're talking. Does it have like the wooden bits
Yeah.
on it? Yeah. They do a model of that, I think.
I think Hamilcar Barkers is building it at the moment.
Oh, of course he is. So he just put up his Facebook page, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
We
good.
finally got him to the point that he finally.
He's joined the modern world.
Hamilcar Barkus was one of like my major. I'd watch all of his videos and I'm like, oh my god, this is how you're supposed to make models. And hats off to him as well because he puts up with Ravel's paints.
He can do wonders with those things.
Yeah. Because it's local. Because I know there are a few challenges you have to overcome being like a modeler in J. Because I noticed they're a bit funny about, very funny about the swastika on kit. You know, decal wise.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
throw
well,
you.
it's German, so
And
Banned, so you have to. I think they cut the either take them out, or they cut them in half.
they don't put them in.
Yeah, they don't put them in, or they run a Sharpie marker over them. And they cut them out.
Or they cut them out.
Yeah, they do all kinds of crazy things to them.
That's what Airfix does when they sell to Europe, isn't it? They cut them out.
it's,
I can. If you're an aircraft builder, that must be hellish.
You can
Yeah,
buy.
you're probably
You
used
can
to it.
still buy them as aftermarket though. Even in Germany, you can buy them. You just have to buy them outside of Germany.
Yeah.
it's May 20th and 21st. It's 2 days. And I really hope the T-30 3485 is there this year again.
Oh yeah, that's always a. I know someone who I've spoken to a few people who've driven T-34, and they're apparently an absolute nightmare to drive.
Arnold Schwarzenegger used to drive one.
The Hetzer will be
Yeah.
there, probably. That's
The Hetzer.
yeah, they always had a Hetzer there.
Yeah.
Is it a true one or is it one of those Swedish ones?
What?
No,
the
this is a true
G15?
one. The G61, you mean? I think
Yeah.
I believe this is a true one.
Mm.
Hopefully the
It's
Stuke
like
4 is
subtle
there again.
difference between them. But
It's mainly on the inside, I think. The main tellers of whether it's a G13 or a Hetzer.
it's the gun breech and where the optics are. There's a difference where the optics are. I can't remember exactly what it is.
I've seen
I
a
think that-
video of someone who went in a G13 and they said, yeah, this isn't a Hetzer.
I hope the
Technically, none of them are Hetzers.
no, they're all
Well, no, they're Jagdpanzer 38T.
Yes.
Yeah, none of them, because Hetzer is not a real thing.
If you really want to be picky, none of them are.
normally I
Hashtag
do
Rick
that when
Charles.
somebody says it's a Hetzer. No, it isn't.
You're a pedantic dickhead. That's why.
Yeah. Guess who I learned that from?
Oh, shut up.
Well, it's a bit like everyone calling the M4 the Sherman. It's like it was kind of an official name, but no one ever used it.
Nobody really used it. It came in like 1943.
I think they just called it
42.
the tank.
No, 44 even.
They just called it the tank. Get on the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, called it the Medium, which is like a really random name, but they just like get on them. Yeah.
Yeah, or just the M4. People just called it on the M4, get on the tank, get on the M4, get on the medium tank. It's the same order with like Grant. Actually, I think Matilda, they called them, I think Matilda was a thing, wasn't it?
The British did like to name their tanks.
No, I really hope that they called them Matilda back then.
Naming them after American generals.
Not Pershing, Sherman, Stewart, Chaffee,
Why they didn't name the phone?
Walker.
Lee.
I always wondered that, why they didn't name the Firefly after one. They just called it the Firefly.
Firefly, I think it's because the Firefly is a tricky one, isn't it?
Is it because it was like maybe because it was an American chassis, but it's like it's got a British gun, so therefore like we have a sense of ownership over this damn thing?
Well, I mean, the Firefly is essentially a British tank in most areas, to be honest. It was used
Did they build
by...
them off the diesel, or did they build them off the petrol? I can't remember. Or did they do both?
Sorry, what's that?
The Firefly, did they build them off the diesel Shermans or the petrol ones?
I think they built them off of A3s.
They built them off the
So,
A3 and they
I
built
think,
the hybrids.
yeah, you had the composites, didn't you? That were A1s and A3s. I think that they had either the Ford Petra. Is that it was a Ford diesel, or the Ford GAA V8, or possibly the Chrysler multi-bank.
I'm in the wrong hangout again.
There's a reason why I don't say a lot at this moment. Talking. I have no clue. I'm not worthy.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's not worth watching us. We don't know what we're talking about.
Talking about Sherman things.
I don't know enough about Germans.
Talking about German things. No, Germans. Yeah, like I said, Germans.
Wheelcocks for tigers. Oh, those.
Yeah,
That movie Fury's based on Shermans, and they did a horrible job at it. Yay.
Where is it? Where is the engine?
In the back.
The part in the back goes vroom, the part in the front goes boom.
Mike, you got a new coffee? Leader?
I broke
Thing?
my other one.
Now
My chicken cup is now gone. I dropped
you definitely know when you got your coffee or your paint water.
Yeah, I know. I hate this thing.
Why?
It was the
Keep my coffee
Ford
my
V8.
coffee warm for hours. This keeps it warm for about 20 minutes.
Really?
No.
You got one with power LED, don't you know that?
No.
You
What?
just plug it in on your USB on your computer and it just keeps it warm.
Why would I do that?
Because then it keeps it warm for the whole day.
It burns down my house.
Nah.
I just changed the power supply.
It's only 5 volts. You'll be fine.
It took the power supply out of my computer. It was a 180 watt power supply out of my computer, and upgraded it to a 400 watt because I wanted to install my game card, and it's still not enough. I'm like, fucking shit.
You got a 180 watt power supply?
That's what came with the computer.
What? That's completely useless.
It can barely turn itself on. But
I
it's
got a 600 watt power supply.
Yeah, well, I could get 600, but it vents out the top, and I'd have to cut a hole in the chassis to do that. This thing vents.
Can't you just turn it upside down?
Then it would vent into
I
the
just
chassis.
turned mine upside down.
It would vent inside the chassis and overheat.
Because you've got a top mounted power supply, don't you?
Yep.
It's on the top of the case.
Yep.
Damn. Or you could just go buy one of those NZXT like source cases, which are like $30.
Well, I could just take that power supply and just leave it on top of the computer and not put it inside.
Mine vents inside the case.
Yeah, that's how you overheat your computer.
No, it's running fine for the last 8 years.
Mine vents outside, and I have
That's probably because I got on the back, I got a big ass fan. On the front, I got a big ass fan, and on the side, I got a big ass fan.
Yeah, well, that's
I've got 6 fans. And I've got my case under positive pressure, so that it just keeps wanting to get out of it. So it's good in that respect. Yeah, from the bottom, air extraction from the top.
I feel like doing some mud effects, but I don't want to make a mess.
Too late.
I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to get my airbrush out.
I want to do something, but I don't know what.
I don't know what. I haven't got any. But I did have an ongoing bill, but that's fucked.
I should be painting figures, but I really don't want to.
Parts of the interior, but
I should be getting this together, but I can't be screwed. I should put this all together and paint the tracks.
Takum had to go and balls up on me and not. Oh dear.
I want to build a tank that you don't have to mask for the paint.
What?
I haven't masked this.
I haven't masked this.
Build a
You're
Sherman.
Russian.
I didn't mask this. I did this freehand.
It was a personal statement, Seb. I've been masking all my life, it seems. I'm still masking.
I'm gonna do a
I got some
Battle Evolved
very
tank.
cheap masking tape here from China, Chalky.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Buy it. Buy it. Get some more money.
You got enough there, Steve?
Sorry?
You got enough there?
Yeah, I got 4 different thicknesses, so that's ideal. And these 4 rolls together, and there's pretty a lot on it. It was €5. And I did a test, and they were pretty good.
I feel like doing a
And if they're not enough, I still got these.
thing,
Those Japanese, Chinese, what's it called?
Washi
Like-
tape.
Yeah. Different colors. Couple of meters. So.
oh, everyone loves a nice pot of dried up paint.
Citadel? No, it's Tamiya. Shit.
Oh, Jan, you're tired.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I don't used to. I've actually just transitioned from Tamiya to MIG ammo.
Oh, good on you. It's not a transition I would do personally.
Nah, see, I'd heard I've had MIG ammo in my my stash for ages, and I never used it because I heard what people said about it, and then I went and used it. I was like, actually, this is quite nice for what I want to do.
I hate the stuff. I got 1 bottle of it,
What
Well, I got-
problems do you have?
a set from it, and I sprayed it once, and it would just bead in my airbrush and cause me problems. And I was like,
What
screw
did it
this.
clog up?
Yeah, it kept clogging, and like it would go onto the surface, even if I sprayed it super light and just like bead, just wouldn't attach to anything.
Yeah.
No, you got one of the shit ones then.
Yeah, because I know that for a while they were making them without steel agitators in the bottle.
Wouldn't matter
No,
if
these ones,
or not.
these ones have steel agitators in them.
Mixed paint is fucked.
I swear it's probably because I live in New Zealand, which means that it's got to be on a plane
And it's
Yeah.
got
or in a
frozen.
boat.
If it gets cold, it's fucked. You'll never get it back again. It'll be toast. It messes with
Probably.
surface tension, and once that surface tension in his paint's go, the paint's garbage. You can fix it with a little bit of lacquer thinner, but it's barely fixed.
Yeah, see with mine, I don't know if it's because of the temperature. I've only had 1 bad bottle from MIG, and it was on metal paint from them, and that's it. Everything else has been fairly. I recently got a this smart set for late war colours.
That's the one I got.
Yeah.
That's the same one I got.
No, this King Tiger, or what would there have been this skeletal King Tiger has it's sprayed with that, and it's very fragile, very fragile paint.
Yeah, that defines shit paint in my book. Fragile paint, shit paint.
You gotta make sure you don't scratch it.
Paint should just go in your cup and spray out the nozzle. If you gotta fuck with it, I'm not interested in it. I'm not gonna sit there for a half an hour messing with my paint just so I can spray it out of my airbrush. I've got better things to do. I don't
So I
want.
mean, I get some tip dry from it, but that's about the worst that happens.
You'll
It's an acrylic paint. You're never going to stop that.
no, tip drying is just a product of acrylic paint.
Yeah. So then that's
But eventually you're going to run into a bunch of bottles from MIG that are toast. It's guaranteed. I have
Now I just have to keep
I have
watching
60% of his entire line here on my wall, and I've replaced half of it, and they're almost all fucked up.
that. Really?
I won't be buying any more of his paint. That'll be the end of it.
That's the thing, because I was looking, I've tried Life Color, but I could never get Life Color to work.
I can't spray Life Color to save my life.
I can't spray Life Color. I don't know. Has anyone tried AK Interactive to pay?
That's just
I've
as
got
bad.
a couple of them.
I can't get that to spray either.
I've never used it.
But I only have his wood colors, and even though they're the new formula, they do the same thing that MIG paints do.
I just stick to Vallejo, Tamiya, Mr. Hobby these days.
Mr. Hobby's pretty good, I think.
That's all I use is Vallejo now. Even though it fogs and dries out really fast and stuff, it's the only one that I have to screw with the least.
Well, the thing about Tamiya is it smells really bad, and you have to mix your own colours, and you have to thin it all the time.
That's why Mr. Hobby is, if you can find it, is a good option because it's effectively sprays like Tamiya that I find, and you get more color options.
Yeah.
I can't get that stuff here.
It's just really hard to find.
It's quite difficult to find in anything Mr. Hobby. But I've got some Mr. Surfacer, but that was I was like trying to find that. Was like trying to find Mithril.
Trying to find what?
Mithril. No, it's from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's what I thought you said. I was like, what the fuck did you say?
Very rare.
As long as I'm not masking, I'll use Vallejo. But if I'm masking, it's Tamiya.
I can't stand the smell of Tamiya.
I mean, MIG is essentially odorless for the most part, apart from Crim Vice. That
Sure.
has a strange smell.
Vallejo's put like a perfume into their
Bumholes.
Bomb holes?
Bumhole perfume.
Yeah, it does. It smells like bumholes.
Hi. That sounds like a pretty arsehole move.
Ah, ha, ha,
Element.
You're so fuck, double entendre. Gotta like that.
I'll be here a week.
Yeah.
Soon to be rebranded.
Not even gonna ask how he knows what arsehole smell.
I have kids. I know what asshole.
Like you never scratch your ass and then smell your fingers.
Oh no.
Am I really the only one who does that? Damn.
I'm never shaking your hand.
It's the other
He's a
hand.
truck driver. That's where it comes from.
Stuck in a cab for hours on end with nothing to do.
I wonder how my ass smells.
Oh fuck! Your cab drivers all must do therapy. All these guys do is sit there scratching their ass and smell their fingers. I hate this country. Why did I ever come here? Weirdos.
I just wonder how my ass smelled. What did I eat yesterday? Ooh, Chinese.
Something had curry in it.
I'm gonna puke. You're fucking gross.
I wonder how those mini art T54s build up, because I might have to buy one.
Last minute kid I built. They're pretty old. So they're a bit dodgy. I don't know what their new ones are.
Which one?
They're like the T54s they brought out with the full interiors.
The mini arts.
Mini art one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping to find out soon.
Sweet.
It looks pretty. They don't look too bad, those kits.
Wait for the
I-
review, Adam.
What did you say, Chucky?
I said wait for the review.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What am I going to do now? Oh, you're no help.
I'm making a pie.
You're smoking pot?
Superman shaped pie.
What kind of pie are you baking, Mike?
What could I do to this E100? I wonder.
It's very, very red by the looks of
It
it.
is very red.
It's
Too
very
It's always
red.
pink.
That's super red.
It is super red. Yeah, fucking.
Valentine's E100.
It is a Valentine's E100. It's what I have on my personal Valentine's, as a matter of fact. Because you don't need real people only hurt you. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy, so you know, E100 is a nice thing.
Jimmy Nazi stole my ice cream.
So jaded for one so young.
That's why it's like two people in their 20s building model kits, you know.
We're all grown up.
We're already too jaded for women. So
Too jaded.
skip that step.
That was one fuck off school romance. Wait till you get divorced, Gabe, and then you have to pay the settlements. And then you'll be jaded.
Don't.
Oh, my cousin's going through that right now.
Only if she survives.
And you'll know what bitter is.
Oh, divorce. It brings out the absolute worst in humanity.
Been there, done that.
Divorcing.
Not planning on.
No. Actually, no. You
Oh.
probably should plan on it, just in case, you know.
They have
Start
like
saving
de facto
already.
They have de facto relationship laws in New Zealand, and I was about a month out from having to go through all that shit when it all ended. So, thank the Lord.
Sounds like a lucky escape.
Oh yes.
I have a Nashorn. Can I do anything with this Nashorn? It needs new tracks, actually, to be honest. That's what we could do with.
I finally got
Put some
some
dust
a
and
decent
something on it.
amount of flat brushes.
Oh, I've
Where'd
got
you get
many.
That's a lot of
need
fun.
those.
China. AliExpress.
Why'd you get those?
Why?
For weathering or painting?
Yeah.
They're super handy if you're doing acrylic weathering.
I
'cause you
needed
can cut
some.
together you wet.
I love it for dot filtering.
I only had two flat brushes. Good flat brushes. The rest were all roundish.
Acrylic weathering is like a lesson in just like trying to stop yourself from having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I've never tried acrylic weathering.
It's an acquired skill, that's for sure.
I'm more into the enamel than oiled to some extent. I like doing dot filters. I've just discovered how to do dot filters.
I like the effect of the acrylic weathering though, because you can build up layers quick. Like once it's dry, so you can put stuff on top of it, no problem.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Because the way I build is very witchy.
You progress very fast with your work with acrylics.
Mike, make a video about it.
No.
Did I ask you a question?
I thought that
I don't remember asking a question there, Mike.
No, that's how I talk to my kids. They don't talk to me that way.
I brought that book from that Scratch Mod guy who does all the acrylic weathering, and I just went with his like ideas, and it seems to work all right. But you can't screw around. Like you have to do it
You gotta
now.
do it. You gotta do it quick. You gotta know what you're doing before you do it. If you don't, well, if you fuck it up, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
No
oil.
recovery.
You got a lot of wiggle room with oils.
Mm.
With acrylics, there's not a lot of room there.
I do like the way it looks though. I don't know. Maybe I've just got crappy oil and enamel paints, but yeah.
I quite like clay-based stuff, products.
I like
good.
I like using a lot of the clay-based washes for texturing and stuff like that because it looks very
Yeah,
natural.
it soaks into textures really nicely because you just sludge it onto a gloss surface.
And a nice 3D texture to it that I
Yeah.
really enjoy.
I was going to say, because you recently did that Meng King Tiger, and that had the surface texture to end all surface textures.
That was beautiful stuff. I love that surface texture.
To be honest, I think I'll end up getting that Meng because I probably wouldn't be able to get it for a while because it's probably going to be sold out in Britain. It's not even out yet. It's coming out like next week.
I wouldn't waste your money on the tracks or the interior unless you're planning on doing it on
No, I'm just going to use Takum's tracks, the individual links.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done them yet, so I'll use them. Does it come with a single one-piece gun barrel?
the one I had a metal barrel.
Did it?
It had half. It's like half of it is one-piece barrel. The sleeve is two pieces, but the barrel itself is one. And the
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all right.
But it also had a metal barrel.
Yeah.
That's the middle barrel right there. So yeah, there's no muzzle on it.
I see.
Yeah, the muzzle brake in the main kit is
I see.
correct, by the way. The muzzle brake in the main kit is a piece of shit.
Good. I've got Takums, and that's okay. So
I just really don't like the fact that it's in like whole red plastic. Like it fucks with me.
It took a bit of primer to cover that up.
it's a bit weird, isn't it?
I see
Well,
that
The thing is, if it's the correct color for being the whole red, you would kind of get the exact or a good effect when you do it the dark yellow, because the dark yellow used to go over the whole red instead of over black.
Yeah, I suppose. That's a good point.
you could, but you're going to like. I wouldn't want to just put acrylic right on top of
You
this
realize
plastic.
because of scale
Hard
effect,
plastic.
you won't see that. That red effect, you won't see that because of scale effect. It's too small.
But we know it.
It doesn't matter if you know it, it's not true.
Or you could just use a whole red primer.
I like doing not modulation, but I like doing the black and white technique, which is it's basically modulation for scrubs like me who can't modulate.
I won't modulate. I think it's a gimmick and a waste of time.
It looks very cartoony, I think, modulation.
Say it every time you take it to a model show.
But it's everywhere. The modulation is like the most popular.
But the thing is, at least as I see it, if you're gonna modulate an piece of armor, you're deciding on forehand where the sun should be, the light source should be, and if you move it around to get the light source for somebody somewhere else, it looks completely shit.
Yeah,
it to
Like
exactly.
Zenithal lighting looks bad unless you have a light in the exact same place that you sprayed the model in. Like,
Well, I just
That's
mean,
really-
yeah, no, sorry.
That's super noticeable with like the Warhammer guys that do that kind of stuff. Like if you move the model around and put it on a table, it just looks like ass because the lighting's not in the right spot.
No.
That's why
I just do panel line, like paneling with
Well,
black.
that's just a local fading. That's all. You're
Yeah.
doing local shadows. But if you're doing the whole modulation effect, and you're having all the lights, so that one side of the tank is lighter than the other side of the tank, that's the modulation that we're talking about. You do that, you take it outside the room that you painted it in, you're gonna run into lots of trouble.
Yeah, a whole new world of pain.
I just went. I do like the panel shading look, like, but I
It looks good in aircraft.
hate it when it's like aimed at trying to get one point of light doesn't work.
Mm. I just do. I like contrast, so I do anything on a model that will give it contrast.
I like beating the crap out of them, weathering wise.
I wish I had the testicular fortitude to do that, but I always like get scared that I'm just going to ruin it during that process.
Testicular fortitude.
Do you mean the bollocks?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think that's one.
Ho-ho.
I have to start using that one. Testicular fortitude.
I actually had to think about that one. Using all those fancy words.
Right, I think I'm done with models for today. It's weird, I've got a tire tread depth gauge on my table for some reason. I brought it home from mechanics.
I used to have one, and now I can't find it, which is kind of sad, but oh well.
It's annoying. My goal is to be apprenticed by the Tank Museum.
I hate you so much for going to Bloomington. So if I spend $200, I could go like down the road and drive a T55. That's about the only thing I can do around here.
What could you drive?
A T55.
Yeah, that
Oh.
would be a very. No, I wouldn't want that. That's just shit. Nah.
T55s are quite difficult to drive.
Drive over cars in the parking lot?
No, it's in a field.
Oh, that sucks.
I've driven an FV432 once.
0.
And it was it was quite a nice drive actually.
Yeah, and they're meant to be like really easy to drive and like road legal or something in Britain. So like heaps of people buy them.
Certain tanks in Britain are road legal. Yeah, I know the AMX 13 is road legal in Britain.
I think you got in Britain. They got a completely pink scimitar.
What do you
They've
do?
got a
Just
completely pink
local coffee shop?
GS2 in
Pink Abbott.
Prague, I think.
You want to drive your tank to a local coffee shop and pick up a coffee or something.
You could.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so width and weight limits and modification limits. So I don't think you'd be. I think a Leopard. I don't think you'd be able to drive a Leopard 1 on the road.
Guessing you would get weight problems. Would be too heavy for the normal roads.
Yeah. Now, how much is a Leopard 1? 40 tons.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
You can drive that on our roads. I've seen them parades.
Oh, because the Challenger 2s, because we're looking at moving to Dorset. Challenger 2s are going on the road all the time. They're 60 tons.
Yeah, but they're kind of. I'm guessing they got permits for that,
Yeah, they got that.
being the Royal Army and stuff.
Yeah.
They have to also do driver training for the guys to drive on roads and those things also.
Sorry, Jan?
Part of the training also that they have to learn how to drive those tanks on the road.
You do. You have to get a Category H driving license.
I have it.
No, I've only just passed my my normal driving test. So
In case your CO wants to get coffee, you can say, grab the Leo and go get a coffee.
yeah, see, there's the Chieftains. Actually, no, I don't think the Chieftains, because that's big. The Chieftains big.
They got
Fucking
a,
expensive.
but they got a tea kettle in the back.
Yeah, they got a boiling vessel, and also the ammo.
A boiling vessel.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called the boiling vessel. And then you have refrigerated ammo bins for the HESH ammo, and people always put their beer in. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same on Challenger 2 as well. Challenger 2 has the same thing. Ooh, Centurion bridge layer. Switzerland.
What was that?
So I just changed my tab.
Okay.
Really big hula hoop.
Yeah, hula 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 hula.
Every armoured vehicle in the British Army has a boiling vessel.
Yeah, since
Call
Comet.
it because it's not manly to call it a teapot.
No, they've had. I think British vehicles have had it since the Comet.
We actually call it a BV.
Yeah,
BV.
BV boiling vessel.
It was the loader's job to ensure that there was always hot water in there, and the brew was made before we stopped.
Yeah, because it's in the bay. It's near the turret bustle. At least it is on Chiefs. I've been in a Chieftain. A lot. I've been in a few Chieftains.
Gabe,
Yes.
I worked on Chieftain.
Did you?
I was in the army.
Well, that's good. That's good. And so.
So I've done
That's good.
432s, Chieftain, Challenger.
It just makes me jealous.
Jan is
It's
officially,
my dream to work with.
Jan is officially the coolest dude in the room.
You talk about it, I've done it.
Hi. I kissed 131, Mike. Don't forget that.
Yes, that's true, you fucker.
I haven't kissed. I've got bits of elephant Zimmerit in my room.
Ja, maar dan moet ik even iets omheen vinden.
Dishwashers.
Ik ben niet thuis geweest deze week.
7 o'clock? It's like 3 hours now, huh?
You can't really see it because of the light, but these are basically 2 very little shards of Zimmerit from an elephant. And it's got original Dunkelgelb paint on it. And this is a trackpad from a Challenger 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to jail to show those?
Well, I don't know. I found it just lying in the road. There, I don't know if you know Clouds Hill, the cottage that's near Bovington, where Lawrence of Arabia used to live.
No, I don't know that. It might surprise
Yeah.
you. I don't know that. I've never been to England.
Lawrence of Arabia used to live there, and it was there, and I picked it up, and it's mine. I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know if it is illegal for me to have this. If it's like contraband or something.
I have no clue.
I doubt it if you found it on the road, Glenn.
Where's Dan?
Oh, shit.
What did you do wrong?
Nothing. I was just about to go on the Hangout on PC.
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, I've just put headsets with a mic on. I'm using a tab for some reason. The sound and is better on the tab than on the computer.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And then you're not all broken up.
No.
You usually have that John effect going on. You sound like a Cylon that someone's having their way with in the back of a seedy pub somewhere.
It's like Stephen Hawking with a bad cold.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Oh, it's the fastest blast crater I've ever made.
And there's a Achilles tank destroyer going at the moment for $250,000.
Hey, Seb, is that a Leopard 1 turret?
Yes. Steered from Maxis, Level 1 Maxis.
Oh, the Canadian one.
Yeah.
The Canuck one.
If I remembered correctly, all these tops have anti-skid and they were blackish, worn down, blackish.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Remember if it's on the middle of the turret as well. So I have to check that before I'm going to paint that. I have actually done something tonight.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do some shopping.
Uh-oh.
Online shopping. Looking for some PE kit for my 148 King Tiger.
I gotta take off for a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
You're going to be back, or?
That's my plan. That's my plan.
Okay, cool.
I just gotta go upstairs and talk to Kate for a few minutes.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I know. I'll be back.
Just to let her know you're alive.
No, she knows.
She's gonna know.
Definitely going to find out now.
Yes.
Yes, mother, I know.
Yeah, Mama.
Did you have a good Christmas, Jan? Looked like you did.
Oh yeah, Christmas Day on the beach.
Oh,
30 degrees.
Shame on you.
I know.
not jealous at all.
No, not really.
Why would we be jealous? Yeah, it's a boring time. So boring. So boring. It was just great. Oh no, wait, that's
Yeah.
somebody else.
Oh dear.
I have to think about getting my Leopard Leopard tank out its box and carry on with it as well now.
I got still more than a month, so
Yeah, well, just under 2 months. So.
You see, they're reprinting Honeycutt's Firepower book, the American tank historian.
Never heard of it.
doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
Wargaming are they're reprinting it.
Hey, Gavin.
Hey there.
Good evening.
You all right?
Good evening, Gavin.
How are we?
Fine. You?
I'm all right.
How was your pizza?
It was perfectly acceptable.
In other words, he enjoyed it.
No, no.
Oh. Fucking carpal tunnel.
I got all those samples done today, Seb.
You did?
Yeah, 180 of them.
Wow, that's a lot.
I actually only had to analyze half of them. Half of them went straight into the fridge to get stored and they get analyzed later on, but I still had to kind of weigh all that stuff into them. But I kind of got it to work, so we'll see. We'll see on Monday whether that's likely to have worked or not. There's every chance that it won't, but never mind. I'll try.
Let's just hope you didn't fuck up again.
Well, I hope I didn't fuck up. Although I did hear that apparently, according to one of my colleagues, another colleague of mine had happened to oversee a conversation between her and another one of the girls in the office. Anyway, apparently, according to these two girls, me and this other girl, Tammy, who started at the same time as me, apparently we're both incompetent. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Incompetent
Yeah,
at what?
really nice. Huh?
Incompetent at what?
Incompetent at our jobs.
What's your job?
Oh,
An analytical chemist.
Oh dear, that's not a very nice thing to say, is it?
And it all stems from the fact that in our department we have we have a progression scheme. You start at one level, and after a certain amount of time, you automatically kind of move up a little bit of a level, and you do this a couple of times. And so through the office, everybody's all kind of at slightly different levels, and we're all at different levels of experience. We've all been there different lengths of time and such. And one thing we have is like a buddy system. So when we have like a buddy system, so when a new person starts, they get assigned one of the more senior analysts, kind of as their as a kind of buddy. They're there as someone who can answer questions, kind of oversee some of their training and various things while they're there. So just due to where we are, the experience scales and things, me and Tammy are the next two senior analysts who will be assigned new people whenever we get new people who starting.
Okay.
So anyway, this girl and one of the other girls were apparently talking about this, and apparently how this is ridiculous and silly that me and Tammy would be given effectively juniors, considering we're both incompetent. This girl's not been there as long as we have, and so it's not
She's
because
just sort of strutting her stuff about being really
Yeah,
Not
she's
passive aggressive, like actively aggressive.
she's got to be the center. She's got to be the center of everything and whatever. So don't really
She
take any
sounds
notice.
like a bit of a narcissist, to be fair.
She's just a girl, really.
And then there's the $100 question: is she hot?
I've shown you a picture of her before. I think she was that really kind of plasticky blonde one I showed you.
Oh, that
How
one.
old is she? How old is she?
25, 26, 25 maybe?
Okay, so that's an okay-ish start.
Well, judging by the pictures, I'm gonna say this nice. She knows how to spread her legs.
Out of 10. Out of 10, Seb. Out of 10.
Thing is though, right? She's one of these girls that a lot of people would see a picture of her. You know, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people would probably automatically go, "Oh man, she's really hot." But actually, then you kind of go, "Yeah, she's only hot because she spent a fuckload of money on making her hair look nice, and actually,
Yeah, it's fake.
she's plastered in makeup, and actually, if you woke up to that the next morning, you'd probably shit yourself."
Oh yeah, it would be like fucking.
Glad.
It'll be on the pillow next to you.
Then
Yeah.
her glass eye in the
Leg hanging from the wardrobe.
yeah.
And putrid chin. No, I know a few people who are like that.
So, but she's one of these kind of girls who, you know, has to be the kind of center of attention and
Oh yeah, just sport. It just stems from the kind of the upbringing, doesn't it? You know, if they're
well, yeah,
the center of their own world.
she's clearly very spoilt. She's clearly comes from a family which does pretty well for itself, and that's absolutely fine if that's how she's been brought up, and that's fair enough. But
Yeah, oh yeah.
kind of means, but I don't know. She's just a funny
Because not
sort.
everyone's perfect.
Kind of leads this little group of girls. And honestly, it's like we're all professionals. As much as weird that might sound, we are professionals. We've all done our education. We've all got university degrees. Some of us more than one. And yeah, sometimes in the office, it's like a fucking high school playground.
Oh yeah. Just it's like a toxic environment.
But the part of the reason I think is the fact that actually the vast majority of people who are in the lab all day are our study directors are a little bit different because they're a bit older, but the majority of the analysts are all, I say they're all young, they're all relatively young. Most of them, it's their first job out of university, so some of them are quite young. I mean, I wouldn't class myself as old, but in there, I'm towards the older end.
Yeah.
And
Well.
so some of them do just act like it's high school.
Yeah, well, because I'm training to be a automotive technician, so basically I'm a mechanic, and going on from that, so I want to be like a diagnostic technician, and basically we're in the first year of that, and after this, most of us are looking at apprenticeships, and it gets because we're all most of us are competing against each other with the same company. So it can get really quite competitive and quite toxic. It's especially in our workshop. There's basically everyone's trying to, including myself, are trying to prove themselves as the best of the nest sort of thing.
Yeah. But that's the thing is we don't need to do that. We're all
because you're all qualified.
We're all qualified and they're doing the job, and we're all there on merit. And actually, I have to say, our manager, who's responsible for the hiring of staff within our department, and so basically is the one who hired us all. She's really good. Like she's a really good manager. She's very good at determining whether people she's interviewing for the job. She doesn't just interview people and see are they technically capable of doing the job, because
are they going to be?
I'm fairly sure that most people who apply for the job in the first place, if they get as far as an interview,
you've got to
already
have
decided
what,
they're technically capable.
Exactly.
After that, it becomes are they the right person to fit in with the team? Now, some departments in our place clearly don't bother with that, because I've got a friend who works in another department. She has no end of trouble with colleagues and this, that, and the other, and whatever. Whereas, generally speaking, we actually all get on very well.
Yeah.
In our department, which is surprising, because we're also one of the bigger ones, and we all, and that's down to the fact that our manager effectively picked out all the people based on the fact that they're the right kind of people that she wants to work in the department.
We should
I
all
have a
go
tip.
by clockwork.
I have a tip for you.
Still make it mesh together.
I have a tip for you, and you're going for becoming an automotive tech. Go and just start spending like any downtime. Just go and try to get a groomer's job at a dealership, and like work your ass off and show that you have some technical competence, and then ask for an apprenticeship that way.
Exactly. I'm looking at local play, like there's a BMW near us that I'm looking at doing that kind of thing. Basically anything to pad my CV.
Just go like even if you just go along and like don't even get paid for it, just do it for like a few weeks.
I
and
don't need the money.
Just do it for experience as well.
Yeah.
Just go talk to the service manager, and like they're usually pretty happy to have some extra hands. And if you're willing just to do it, then like do anything, like do the shittiest jobs possible, like be the oil, take out the oil cans.
Yeah.
And like
be the T-boy also.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. Okay, because they're all starting to recruit in this sort of at the moment. From now until June. Just having that. I'm looking at Mercedes as well, but Mercedes is kind of different in the way that you apply to them.
You'd be better off just trying with, I don't know the English car market, but here you're better off trying with like the big volume players. So I don't know what the volume in England, but like here it would be Toyota.
Vauxhall, Ford, Toyota.
Well, yeah, we have Ford, VW. I mean, Mercedes-Benz are the best in this country for apprenticeships because they do all their own training. And they do the best. They are the best in the business for apprenticeships.
If you've got any of them that do fit ups as well, so like the here Utes is like super popular, so like fitting accessories to Utes is.
Oh, it's a cat! Oh my god!
Oh, now you're unhappy, are you?
Oh, machine.
Yeah, the automotive industry is shit, but once you're in it, like.
You were saying, Gav?
It was it's looking more towards the places that have hybrid and electric vehicle training.
Yeah, ours is run away, Seb.
Yeah, but this one is just that little bit bigger.
Yeah, a little bit.
And take in mind that like the older the technicians get, the more jaded they will be. So do not give them shit whatsoever. Like, do not ever question back. Like, just fucking do your job and don't say anything for like the first 6 months.
Yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full.
Yeah. Because the guys that I know that have failed in becoming technicians, they've all failed because they were speaking back thinking they knew more than they actually did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm very aware of the fact I'm not the kind of person who tries to make out I'm the best mechanic there is, but I'm not. I'm perfectly aware that I've got along. I have got along. I did I was doing my servicing exam 2 days ago, and I mean it wasn't entirely my fault. I should have checked more. When I ran the car after doing an oil change, the filter just popped off and fucking went absolutely everywhere. Ooh. 5 litres. It was 5 litres full, and it was emptied. Yeah.
How did you do that? What kind of filter was it? Was it a canister or a cartridge?
It was a canister. It was a canister filter. So I'd hand screwed it on, which is what you're meant to do. The only thing I can think possibly is that I got it on a cross thread, and then it wasn't in, and the pressure just popped it off.
You're lucky you didn't like damage the
Car.
well, that too, but you're lucky you didn't damage the thread for the canister.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, because if you cross-thread those, they're a nightmare.
Yeah. No, I mean, what happened? What I had to do, I stop the car. I had to sort of crawl through the oil to get the filter back on. The filter was fine. I checked the filter was okay. The filter was put back on. The oil was cleared up with sawdust, and then I just refilled the oil, and it was fine. The car, right? It was a Audi A4.
I didn't know that you.
It was really nice. The oil filter was a really nice place. It wasn't in some of I think
They're pretty good.
No, not the Toyota. The MR, is it a Mazda MR2?
MR2 is a Toyota.
Yeah, it's Toyota. Yeah, it's Toyota MR2.
They're a nightmare. Everything about them is a nightmare.
The oil filter on that thing's an absolute dig.
Yep.
It's a bit of advice for you there, Gabe. See if you like. It's one of the most important things that I've ever learned in my life, and it's something I stand by. And is that it's okay that you make mistakes. People make mistakes. It's perfectly natural, if you work for anybody who also understands that, you should never really get in major trouble for making a genuine mistake.
No.
However, what you should always do, and something I always try to live by, is own your mistake. So don't try and fob it off on somebody else or whatever. If you made a mistake, own up to it.
Yeah,
that's always appreciated.
The first part of it is taking responsibility for it.
Yeah, take responsibility for your own actions, regardless of whether you feel really shitty for it and you know that you might get a bit of a bollocking or whatever. It will ultimately work out better for you and for all involved. You admit it straight away. But the other important thing is, and this is what I've worked with people who just don't know this, don't understand it, or choose not to pay any attention to this a little bit, is learn from your mistake. So it kind of sounds like in this case you're already trying to think, well, okay, I made a mistake there, that filter wasn't on properly, oil leaked out there, that's a bad situation, right? But I can see already that you're going, well, but how was that mistake made?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was because I didn't double check it.
Was there a failure on something that was outside my control? Those things happen. Did I just not check something that if I had checked again, I would have noticed it, fixed it before it became a problem? Or even though I checked, had I done something that was going to lean you cross-threaded it, that, an initial check would suggest that it was in place properly and subsequently it was clearly not. But the other thing is that you really learn from that mistake to the point that and you remember that you made it. So
exactly.
The next time you fit a filter on a car, you'll either double check it or you'll take that little bit of extra care such that basically you won't make that mistake again.
Yeah.
And I do that quite a lot. When I was first starting this job, obviously I was learning a lot of new things, and I made mistakes, I fucked things up and whatever. But I can quite honestly say that for certainly some of the more major things anyway, once I've made that mistake, I've never made that mistake again.
No, I've never. Now I think I'm just
because every time I come to the situation where I made the mistake before, I go, I did this wrong before.
Yeah.
And you take extra care to do it right. That doesn't mean you can't then make mistakes in other things, but eventually you'll have enough experience, and that's exactly what experience is. It's learning where did I go wrong before. How do I make sure I don't do it wrong again? And,
exactly.
That would be. That's a bit of advice that has really, really works actually.
Yeah,
it's okay to make mistakes, but take responsibility for it, learn from it, then you make a mistake.
Because the workshop, the technician, because we have our tutors, then we have our technician. The technician was saying things like, "Oh, don't, everyone makes mistakes. I don't," because I think he kind of thought it was going to put me on. I mean, it didn't though, because it could have been a lot worse. The way I dealt with it was fine. It's just I spoke to my tutor afterwards, and he said, and the whole day, for some reason, I'd been cocking things up all day because I have no idea why. And he said, "You're not usually like this. We'll do another one at some point." So that's it. And I'm not, because I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm incompetent, but I've got so much to learn.
But that's the thing, and that's the thing you have to remember is that at your age and at the stage of your education and learning and whatever you're currently at, you're not going to know everything.
No.
And you're not going to know. Well, in fact, frankly, in the scale of things, you're going to know not very much.
No, exactly.
But that's exactly why you're doing what you're doing, and why there's people who do know what they're doing, passing on their knowledge to you. And that's why you're there. And it's okay that you make that mistake, and it's okay that you then take responsibility and learn from it, whatever. But yeah, and also if you ever come across a thing where clearly you've made a mistake in something, and you're struggling to then find out, I still to this day don't know why I made that mistake. Sometimes that happens, but the other thing to do in that case is go to somebody more experienced, your tutor or whatever, and say, look, I made that mistake, and I can't for life figure out why or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you got some?
They'll definitely tell you where you went wrong.
Yeah. Do you know? Can you help me with this? Because that's part of your learning. Asking the questions that are not just taught to you in your course is is asking those extra questions to get that deeper understanding.
Because I'm doing this main course, and I'm doing a welding course as well, alongside it. So because I think welding is a lot, the employers like applicants bit better than those that aren't.
You can earn fuckloads of money as a welder too.
Yeah, I know. It's MIG weld, because I could choose between doing either TIAG welding, TAG welding, TIG welding, or MIG welding. And I was like,
all of them.
MIG welding, obviously. Yeah, that's the thing. I could only do one of them. And they said, "Oh, you've got to choose one." I was like, "Well, can't I do all of them?" And they said, "No."
If you're in the automotive, you're probably just going to be dealing with MIG and TIG. But if you want to,
exactly. I thought. That's why I went for MIG, because I thought, that's what's gonna help me.
MIG is also the most useful just for like having as a skill, because MIG welders are cheap, and you can do a lot with them at home as well. Like you can buy a 2-phase MIG welder for not much money.
Not much, yeah, less than £100 over you could get one for.
And if you ever happen to own a Land Rover in the future, you can fix it with a MIG.
Yeah.
As my brother has done with his many, many times. Where's Russell? Oh, he's in the driveway under his Land Rover with the welder again.
Oh, I worked in the parts department at Land Rover not for long. I was there for a couple of months, and someone bought a brand new Land Rover Discovery and brought it back in a couple of weeks saying it leaked. And it was just, that's just the way they're built, because there's like so much like variance in all the panels, they tend to leak, and it's just, that's why they have rubber floors and stuff like that in them.
What was it leaking?
Just water coming through like when it rained.
Also, there was just holes in the through the pipes.
In the panels, yeah. There's so much like manufacturing variance in between all the panel parts, because like these were made for 50 bloody years.
Renaults are the worst cars to work on. I fucking hate Renaults.
I remember
yeah.
We used to get half shafts into those things, and it's like the complete opposite of any other half shaft I've seen in a car. Like it was so weird.
Try taking an anti-roll bar off of a Renault Megane. It's fucking hellish. It's still a Renault Megane, and the exhaust. A Renault Megane still has my 10mm socket on its exhaust flexi tube. It still has it. I can't get it off.
You know it's gonna be fun. You know it's gonna be super fun when you do beam axle bushes for the first time.
Sorry, what's that?
when you do rear suspension beam axle bushes for the first time.
What, like dampers and stuff?
No, you know how like you got beam axles on like the rear and front wheel drive cars, so
Yeah.
that your two rear wheels are linked together on the same suspension system. It's cheap,
Yeah.
and there's two bushes where it mounts to the chassis.
Yes.
Yeah, doing those bushes. Yeah, good luck. Enjoy yourself.
It's like when you got coil springs, trying to get a coil spring. Well, they're not too bad because most of them have. I have seen someone almost been killed by a coil spring because they undid the middle bolt that held the spring in place, and they undid it, and it just pinged up, went straight through the car and into a wall.
Damn. I've seen a
That's why
I've
you
seen
need
a
straps.
I've seen a spring holder fail
Yeah.
when it was on the bench, and that's like just fucking spring bounced around the room for about a minute.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, literally,
Just keep
one, yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can try and find this photo of when my brother and my dad tried to replace the coil spring on the rear of my brother's Defender 90. Now it's quite a tall car anyway, but my brother's one on a 2-inch lift kit on big tires. So, but to the point that you can't jack it up high enough because it's got so much roll in the body just rolls. So what they ended
Is that
up
just
doing-
using a jack or a ramp
so
or something?
basically, like they ended up jacking up with a jack on like 2 or 3 blocks of wood, and the whole car was at like some kind of mad precarious angle. And I'm just gonna see if I can find, because I'm fairly sure I took a photo of it.
No, that's the problem. I mean, with a car that has that much, really, you need something like a 2-post ramp or a 4-post ramp to.
Yeah, he didn't have a high lift jack, so.
Nah.
What's this? What?
No, because one of my lecturers said that he's seen someone been killed. One of his colleagues was killed by a coil spring because it just came off and it was like a fucking cork. Just the spring just went straight through his head.
How have you got 2 mobiles?
This is my old one. It's got a SIM card in it, but you can still turn it on using the Wi-Fi. Doesn't work like a photo, but I was just because there's literally a load of photos on it. I was looking for a photo.
Oh man. Oh, whoops.
Looking for
What's
a photo
happened here?
changing the spring in his Land Rover, and the whole thing was cocked over at some kind of mad angle on the driveway. Yeah, I do. You don't tell me what to do.
You haven't played World of Tank Shed. You're wasting your life because it.
You're wasting your life. You know that.
Adam, watch this.
Is this the fire truck?
I don't know when it happened. He's not doing it properly. That's for sure.
That looks all kinds. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but that looks all kinds of dangerous.
It looks fucking bodge. I'm just trying to get it better so it's not so bright.
Tell you what, just give me the name of it on YouTube and I'll watch it.
It's called Spring Release Accident.
Sounds like it's going to be in badly.
That is bad. Where does he think he's going with it?
Oh.
Apparently, I don't have that photo anymore.
Oh no, nothing happens. Well, actually,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, I'm watching another video and the guy's like down on his knees next to a coil spring. Ah,
What's it called?
spring in the face.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that.
Sounds like a bit of an alarming name in the first place.
Oh, he's lucky. Lucky.
Oh. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's why I work in parts.
What was he? Look at the print, mate. Oh my god.
Also, you'll learn to hate the parts department, just to let you know, if you're in a dealership. The parts department will become your worst enemy.
Why? What's the parts department? I haven't covered it entirely.
We're the guys that sell you parts. However, we sell to everybody, so therefore we won't have much time for you, and you'll get angry at us.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah. Where... No.
You'll blame everything that goes wrong on us, just to let you know.
So you're just the scapegoats. Yep, I'm
We're
special.
a punching bag.
What did you work at a dealership then?
Yeah, I work in the parts department.
Nice. What manufacturer is it?
Toyota.
Nice. Damn, look, we've got in this area, we've got BMW's the biggest one in this area that we have. Got BMW, Mercedes, Ford, we've got Honda, Toyota, VW. Ford, I know one of my friends is an apprentice with VW and he likes it.
Yeah, the dealership I'm attached to is like the group also owns a Volkswagen dealership, which is like just across the road.
Yeah.
And it's the guys there are pretty cool.
Mm. That's really good. I mean, and also opposite where there's an Aston Martin dealership opposite where I do my course, and they do Aston Martin and Jaguar. So that's
Man, those new Jags are cool. So cool.
Yeah, it's all about the Jag F type.
Where in England are you, Gabe?
West Sussex, like Worthing.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been here pretty much all my life. I was in Warwickshire for a while actually, and then but that was fucking a decade ago.
Whereabouts in Warwickshire?
Rugby in Coventry. Yeah, there.
My missus is from just outside Tamworth.
Oh, nice.
No.
I'm from Coventry myself.
Coventry. I haven't been there since I was 7.
Don't go back.
Yeah. No, it could be like Bognor. The worst place is Bognor in West Sussex. Bognor's bad. It's a very dodgy place.
I just found out there's a hobby shop having a sale. It's the other side of town, but I'm tempted to go.
Is the other side of town actually far for you to go?
What is it? Be about like 30 kilometers away.
Yeah, it's probably worth going.
It's yeah. I kind of live on the outskirts of the north side of town, and this is on the south side of town. So,
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Christchurch.
Well, my sister's out in New Zealand. I don't know where though. But
Pay much attention. Pay much attention, do you, Jan?
not to my sister, no.
Adam, check out workshop lift fail.
No.
Yeah, it involved, to make even worse, it involves a Mercedes G-Wagon. Yeah.
Does it involve like crushing the roof in?
No, what happens? They lift it up on 2-post ramp, and then the arms they just swing off. Yeah, they're lifting it up. Yeah, and then the front arms. I don't know if they didn't secure it. Let's see. Do they make any pre-lifting checks?
They've just started bringing out these G-Wagons here.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
G-Wagons are really cool. No, that's the thing. What I always do with my my fucking ramps is I always put the car up a little bit, then I shake it a bunch, and then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh well, it cracked one of the posts out of alignment. Like it actually did some real major damage.
Yeah, hang on.
Damn, impressive.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it did. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, and that's a new ramp, isn't it? Ramp. The garage. Well, it's weird because I don't know about in New Zealand, but in this country, obviously all of the dealerships are owned by different groups, like franchises. Basically, I know someone who was he was an apprentice technician with Nissan, and he basically, when he was doing a service on a car, he didn't put the cam belt back onto the gave the cam belt or the drive belt back on the engine properly, and when they were running it up the road, it came off, and all the valves broke and everything, and he had to pay for the new parts, and then he had to come in outside hours to rebuild the engine without getting paid overtime. It's the worst thing I've seen someone do to an apprentice. So proper bad.
It's really harsh.
It is very because the rebuild itself, I think it needed new camshafts and it needed new valves. That was the main thing. It needed a new non-new cylinder head. It just needed a new hole. Basically, the top of the engine had to be rebuilt, and he had to pay for the parts out of his wages, I think. And he's an apprentice. I mean, apprentices don't get paid much at all. So, Doggo.
You know?
Woof.
Doggo.
Young, fresh doggo.
Sounds like something you go around the town for. Gonna go get me some young, fresh doggo.
Doggo. Oh no, not have a doggo.
Sounds like a chocolate bar.
What? Doggo?
Yeah.
What?
Doggo. It sounds like a good name for a chocolate bar.
It's like Freddo, isn't it?
Yeah, these Freddos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Freddos.
It's funny. Freddos used to cost 10 pence in Britain.
They
like
used to be so cheap, and now they're bloody
30
expensive.
pence. They are,
Yeah, wait,
they are
you-
the cheapest.
There's
that you
no
can get.
way that you remember when fucking Freddos were 10p then.
No, they were. I think it was during the transition. I was
They
very.
were. No way you
They
remember
were.
that.
They used to. I think were they ever 5p?
No,
They were really cheap because they were small. Like you used to get them for like I think it was like 30 cents, 20 cents each. But now they're like 80 cents, I think.
80. No. No.
It's been a
Freddo.
long time since I bought a Freddo though.
For me, I haven't done a Freddo for years. The last, I think the cheap I can remember Freddo's being is 15 pence. That was consistent throughout my childhood. And then now I think they're 30 pence. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, because who the fuck would pay 30p for a chocolate bar?
Yeah, it's-
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I remember when they were sixpence.
6. Oh dear. Freddos are too expensive.
Is Mike actually there, or has he just turned his camera on and then left?
He's gone and he's doing something. He said he'll be back.
Ah, yes.
I didn't know the Japanese did military parades.
Oh yeah, they do. I think they do. What? They're Type 90. Type 90.
Yeah, I watched one on YouTube recently. Actually, what they did. It's more like a bit of a review kind of thing rather than a big old Russian style. Look at the size of my fucking missiles kind of thing.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because usually military parades are just like a dick measuring contest in countries, right?
Yeah, it's still weird though. Like,
Look at me, sexy missile.
Oh, look at my T14 Amasa.
oh, you get
really
the
well.
you get the North Koreans, and there's like guys walking with backpacks that have like the radiation symbol on them, they're marching across the street.
I saw a North Korean one once, and there was actually World War II tanks in their parade. But I couldn't figure out. But then the Russians do the same thing. See, in their recent one, where they had like, where all the tanks were just painted the green with the kind of orange kind of stars and bars thing on it.
Yeah, they had T-34 85s.
In the same parade as like their fucking fancy T14s. They had SU 85s or something.
Yeah, they had SU 100s, had T34s.
But I assume that they're not active.
They're not active. No, they were just doing like a history, like because it was a commemoration of so many years.
It's Victory Day, isn't it? Yeah, it's May Day parades, isn't it?
It's like their it's what they do. Like the end of World War II celebration things, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's because the first one they did in 1945 was the first time the JS3 was seen anywhere.
Yeah.
I think they've done that since as well with the JS3 and the military parade.
Or when they had the Tu-4s and the American military was like, where did these bombers come from? They're super fortresses. They must be super fortresses that they've managed to capture.
Yeah.
No, they didn't capture them because I actually watched the thing on YouTube last night.
They built them. They stole them and built them.
No, because what it was, the Americans, they were doing bombing raids on Japan. Because they didn't have enough fuel to get back, they actually could land in Russia. And because Russia was not at war with Japan, they held the American pilots as interns. So they were not allowed to release them to go back into combat. And that's how they got the super fortress.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to the pilots from the Doolittle raid that landed in Russia.
Yeah.
In fact, no, sorry, that's all. Yeah, because only one crew went to Russia, though. All the rest ended up in China, I think.
There's three three super fortresses landed in Russia. They took one apart piece by piece to get all the measurements because Stalin wanted bombers made exactly the same as a super fortress.
Yeah. Apparently, it's really weird. Apparently, it's kind of freaky because like they're very, very good at reverse engineering stuff to the point that apparently the Tu-4s are like identical.
They were identical.
Are domestic differences because they didn't have a specific American part. So they've got Russian engines in them, for example. But I think they like down to like where all the rivets are in exactly the same place.
Yeah.
That's
what Stalin wanted. He wanted exact replicas of the super fortress, and they even sent people over to the west to get the tires for these aircraft.
Yeah. Because when you look at...
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I've been here a little while.
You just found it rude to interrupt, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you guys are very busy talking about stolen Russian bits and pieces and tanks and stuff like that. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, you're so polite, Mike.
Not really.
He's Canadian. They're all polite.
Not really. That's a myth.
It's in my nature. Sorry. Eh?
My nature, sorry.
It's hard actually because when you look at lots of stuff, even Moscow was taken from Germany by like the Western powers. After the second, like torsion bar, suspension, that was one of the major things. Coping armor was taken from Russia, taken from Germany.
See, the Allies basically spent a lot of time running around Germany after the Second World War going, we heard that Germany was building various sort of advanced fighters and this, that, and the other. Let's go and find them and steal them. And so they did. They had dedicated teams running around of like test pilots. If you ever get a chance, you should read Eric Winkle Brown's book. It's kind of book of his career. He's the really well-known test pilot. That's exactly what he did after the war. He basically flew around in his personal airplane with a couple of like German Luftwaffe sergeants. The idea was that he basically had an area, and if he got wind of anything that was interesting, he was to go over there and nab it as soon as he could. Which is partly why he ended up flying so many aircraft, because he ended up flying a lot of them back out of Germany himself. Kind of even when the war was still going on, he'd just like rock up to an airfield and be like, yeah, so apparently there's an airplane tucked away in the back of a hangar here. Oh, there it is. Let's just fly it home.
It was something there's just like a mad dash in 1945 just to sort of pick up all the weird shit that Germany had been building in their spare time.
And it wasn't.
It's sort of like it's like an Adolf Hitler. What I got up to on my summer holidays. Summer 1944, we built a 200-ton tank.
But never used it.
We never used it, yeah, because it was just his like little project, his little spare time project.
Yeah, but the Americans know it wasn't just the equipment they're after; it was also the people.
Oh yeah, what the scientists and shit.
Yeah,
because they
especially that rocket scientist. What was his name? Blom or something like that.
Werner von Braun.
Brown. Yeah.
The ones who,
a man whose allegiance is ruled by expedience. Call him a Nazi when he's around. Nazi smarty says.
Well, weren't they who were the V2 rocket scientists who helped with NASA?
That was Werner von Braun.
Yeah. Not NASA, but the Americans' intercontinental ballistic missile program.
Designed the Saturn V.
Yeah.
There was somebody else. Who was the guy? What was Horton? The Allies were desperate to get a hold of the Horton brothers.
Oh, what was that? The HO-229?
Yeah, because they were actually glider designers originally. They designed.
Yeah, because you look at it, looks like a glider, doesn't it?
Gliders in the first instance, but apparently they kind of went into hiding, kind of thing, because I guess they kind of realized they would be sought after for their expertise, and eventually I think they did get. I think eventually they were rounded up,
Well, yeah, acquired by the Americans or the
Well, you can
Russians.
clearly see why though, because in the end, you know, the B-2 stealth bomber is
Yeah, well, it's the first stealth bomber.
basically a big Horton 229.
It is exactly that. Because I think they built one airframe for the Horton 229.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Captain America.
It's in America,
Yeah.
isn't it?
What was it was Kurt Tank that went to Argentina, wasn't it?
What went to Argentina?
Kurt Tank, the man that developed the FW-190.
Oh yeah, but most of them went over to fucking Argentina, didn't they? What was his name? Eichmann. Eichmann went to Argentina, and then the Israeli special forces tracked him down in the 60s.
Mossad.
I can hung him.
Yeah, they did hang. Yeah, they did hang him.
They hang the fucker. There's a movie about that.
Yeah, I think
They're hanging up the fucker.
No, just about Eichmann. It's called Eichmann.
yeah.
They spent like 30 years hunting down the guys that did the
concentration camps.
hijacking.
They never got
Hostage.
burned. They were too busy working for the Americans.
What they did, they'd put those pose. They'd use like fake credentials, wouldn't they? And they'd just go to the American checkpoints and they would go through as under fake identities. And then after that, they're pretty much to go to Argentina or wherever. I know Joseph Mengele went to Argentina, but then they never found him.
No, they found him.
Did they? Did they find it?
Yeah.
It was decades later. He's dead, though. Long dead. He was murdered a long time ago.
Yeah. What did he was? That's
Like Joachim Piper, he was stabbed to death and had his throat slashed in France.
Johann Piper? What? As in Kampfgruppe Piper?
Yep.
What? He was murdered?
Yep.
Oh, I've got to look this up. I'm intrigued.
Murdered by who knows who. I'm thinking probably the Israelis, but
Probably, yeah. Well, they've got.
could have been Russian, could have been the French. Left
Could have
over
been some angry people.
French resistance were doing a lot of that too, killing the former
He was
Nazis.
killed in France. Yeah. And unknown assailants burnt his house to the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, because he was one of the main. He was given the use of the King Tiger, wasn't he? The Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, he was in charge of a comp group during the Ardennes.
I think Malmedy had something to do with that, didn't it?
Yeah, his men were responsible for Malmedy, and because he was their CO, he was like he was given responsibility for it. But they were going to hang him, but they commuted a sentence because he didn't have any direct knowledge until after the fact that it was done. And
Yeah.
he even punished the men for doing it when he found out about it. But they still found him guilty. But they gave him 15 or 30 years, I think. I can't remember what they gave him. And after he got out, he moved to France, and he was living there, and so he murdered him.
He was sentenced to death originally, but then
Yep.
he was commuted life imprisonment. Then he was released from prison in 1956, and then in 70, when was it?
It was 15 years he got then.
It was in 72. No, in 70 it was 76.
Wonder why they took him. You'd think they would have got him right after he got out, but maybe they just didn't publicize it that he was released, and it took them a while to realize that he was free. And it took them a while to find him. But they killed him.
Yeah, it probably spent quite a while because all of them spent ages trying to create. I mean, if you watch like the interviews and shit with what are the Israeli special
Mossad.
Yeah, Mossad. Yeah, that's it.
God.
You know, we spend fucking decades trying to track down these Nazis.
Simon, oh fuck, what's his name? Yes, Wiesenthal.
Wiesenthal.
Wiesenthal, yes. He just died there a bunch of years ago. He was one of their biggest Nazi hunters. back
Yeah.
then. I have a book about him. Sunflowers upstairs.
He was still hunting Nazis even up to when he was old, wasn't he?
They're still about. They're still about. And they're ancient.
He never stopped.
Yeah.
Now, what do I want to do?
Moet je een doekje hebben, meisje?
Old Otto Karius died recently when he died a few years ago, didn't he?
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
This last month, I think. Last January, I think it was.
It was in January, wasn't it? And
I'm not sure. It might not have been January, but I think it was.
Didn't he run a pharmacy? He ran a pharmacy, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, Tiger Pharmacy.
Funny how most of like the Luftwaffe commanders got jobs.
Well, he was just a regular army unit.
Yeah, he was. He was just regular army because wasn't he like one of the first groups to be given the Jagdtiger?
Yeah, his group was.
Yeah.
They didn't have.
Yeah, they absolutely hated the Jagdtiger. Just as living with it. It was a nightmare, apparently.
I was really hoping that leopard was going to arrive today, but it didn't.
Which leopard?
I ordered a leopard 1 for the build, and I was hoping.
Whose leopard? Whose leopard is it?
It's a tack for Seb's leopard group build.
I'm telling you, the only thing that puts me off doing a leopard is the double pin tracks. Kind of tricky.
No, they're fine. Just get yourself a decent set. Look, I've got some here in a nice little roll.
Problem is, well, I mean, the Leopard C. I love the Leopard C2, and the Leopard A5. They just look really cool.
Look, mine's currently got yellow camo on it.
The new modern type, huh, Gavin?
Yeah, it's disruptive camo because it makes you go, what the fuck?
Say destructive camo? Is that what you said? I like that, destructive camo. I like that. Yeah.
Because it makes you go, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Very clever.
It goes well, make Ruskies go, huh?
Well, no, it's if you have camo that's so odd that it makes the enemy double take and sort of pause for a little bit, but in that time, if you can kill them.
All right, where did I put that?
I have actually. I've considered before actually getting like a Leopard 2 or a Leopard 1 and then painting it up like a Second World War vehicle.
Oh, the rivet counters would crucify you.
Yeah, just to piss off all of the rivet counters.
Yeah, their heads would explode one at a time.
Just systematically, because being a rivet counter is like a hive mind, isn't it?
That would be an interesting way to thin that herd.
Yeah.
Just see how many comments you get.
Yeah, and then just hit the block.
Leopard 2 with dark yellow, green, and brown tritonal camo on it or something. Oh, do you know a Leopard 2 with ambush camo on it?
Yeah, Leopard 2 of the ambush dot camo. But then do it, and then don't try and make out, oh, I'm doing this as an interesting experiment. Just say, I think it looks cool, or this is a historic camouflage pattern.
Do you like my Kampfpanzerwagen? It camps wagons.
It camps wagons. This is a Sturmpanzerwagen. It's Sturm's Panzerwagen.
Sturmpanzer.
Or the ever classic. This is mein Flammenwerfer. It wirfs Flammen.
It wirfs Flammens. This is my Nebelwerfer. It wirfs Nebels.
My Flugabwehrkanonen. It flugs abwärts.
Kanonen abwärts flugs.
Flammenwerfer. Let's see. This is my Sturmgewehr. It Sturms gewehrs.
Nothing.
Get books.
Now, what do you guys make of this one?
Triface.
That's my mug. No.
Yeah, no, don't make much of that.
This is a
Flieger ab Kanonen.
This is a Fliegerab Verkanonen. It Kanonens Fliegens.
German is such a fun language.
It's the Nebelwerfer. Can you get any 1/35th scale Nebelwerfers?
Yeah, probably.
Someone made a someone did make one, but I think it's old as the hills. I think it was Tamiya or someone did one.
This is a Schwerer Gustav. It doesn't Gustav Schwerer because it's not really that feasible.
What was it? Maybe someone did do one. Artillery, that was it.
Italeri, ooh, old Italeri 1/35th scale. Ooh.
Ah, shit.
Oh, what's this? Great Wall Hobby. 150mm nibble.
Have you guys built anything for amusing hobby?
Nope.
So they've got some new stuff coming. They've got a Panther 2 coming down the pipe.
Oh.
And they've got a Jagd Panther 2, and a Conqueror. Well, they announced one recently. Actually, what was it? Oh yeah, the bar.
Oh, what was it, 13cm Sturmgeschütz or something like that?
Yeah, the
Sturmhowitzer?
Yeah, that one.
Sturmhowitzer. It Howitz Sturm.
Yeah, this is a Sturmhowitzer. It Howitzer Sturms.
Those storms will be howitzed till tomorrow.
I might.
Oh, it's good,
Yeah. So I'll see
Thanks,
you guys
mate.
later.
See you there, Adam.
See you,
Have a
buddy.
good one.
Bye, Adam.
I've been quietly painting it while you've been
Yeah,
guessing.
I just saw you popped up on Facebook
Yeah.
there. Post is sitting on your desk.
Well, see, that's what I've done while you've been guessing. So.
This is a Fokker Wolf. It fox wolves.
Oh.
Nah, you're just being crass.
That one's
You're
oddly
just
simple and
an
satisfying.
asshole.
It assholes?
Just an asshole.
This is an asshole. It assholes.
I'm an asshole, an asshole, an asshole.
This is a Nass horn. It horns Nass.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
No, it's not.
You know, there's something wrong with the world when one of my airplanes becomes the Facebook banner on an aircraft Facebook page. The world is about to come to an end.
Mike,
the world
you do
away.
yourself a disservice there.
I detect a disturbance in the force because someone thinks one of my airplanes is cool. Something wrong here.
That's all right. I hardly publish like anything. I need to really put more that I do out into the world.
Right. I think I have sorted what I'm entering into. I think. Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Sorry, I zoned out. Sorry.
Italian guy, Mike, you got to take that.
I spend all day zoned in. I don't want to zone in. I might have to pay taxes.
Or attention.
Had a bit of a funny 5 minutes. No, I'm not very good at sharing stuff.
Like your sweeties.
It's my chocolate.
Yeah.
My sweeties, you're not having any.
No, my Freddos. I can't share the Freddos. Not now that they're 30 pence.
No, that's fucking better to share. That's why.
No. They're 30 pence. I can't afford to share it.
30p, you can't afford to share it.
Yeah, maybe if it was 15p like it used to be.
These are dioramas. Shit.
12 zo'n beetje maximaal.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I don't want to fucking enter those in vignettes. Fuck you. These people have a fucked up idea what a vignette is.
I do. I can't do. I like doing vignettes, but I'm not really that keen on dioramas.
I'm trying to pick what a vignette to enter into my model show, and their idea of a vignette is not.
What's their idea of a vignette?
I have no fucking idea, but it's not what a vignette is.
Well, a vignette is small, isn't it? It's a single
No,
vehicle.
a vignette is actually all it is a snapshot in time. That's all it is. It doesn't have a complete story. It's just like a frozen image. It could have 1,000 figures. It could have 1,000 figures, 500 vehicles, and a castle in the background. That could be a vignette, right?
What's
That-
that difference between that and diorama?
or complexity or anything like that. What defines it as a vignette is it's very brief and very direct storyline. Like there's no,
Yeah.
the composition is extremely narrow, right? Where a diorama, you have multiple things going on in multiple areas, multiple levels, multiple viewpoints.
Yeah.
Right, that's what a diorama would be. There's a giant storyline. There's actually a story being told. A vignette, it's not a story. It's just a snapshot. It's
A
the difference.
diorama can contain multiple vignettes as well.
What was that?
Also,
I said a diorama can contain multiple vignettes.
Exactly.
yeah.
This right here,
Vignette.
that's a vignette.
Yeah, that's a vignette.
Not according to these guys. This is a diorama.
Is that
Yes.
Pool? Is that Lafayette Pool?
But that is a vignette. It's a snapshot in time. There's only one thing
Yeah.
happening here. No story. Right? That's what a vignette is. But according to those guys, it's not. It's a diorama.
No,
Have they got a size limit, have they, Mike?
What?
Are they giving you a size limit on what is one and what's the other?
No. No, I sent them a bunch of pictures. What I told them, I said, these are the things I'm thinking about entering in these categories, and they sent me back their input on, what this is what, and this is what, and this is what, and the things that I call dioramas, they were calling dioramas, and the things that I was calling vignettes, they're like, no, those are dioramas too. And then I said, well, what the fuck is a vignette? And they showed me. I'm like, that's not a vignette.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
And what were you thinking? Were you thinking of entering the pool in the mood?
yeah. I was. I'm not now.
No, did they say that's not a vignette then?
Oh, they said
That's
it's a
bullshit.
diorama. But my shot cal,
That cal is a vignette because it's only one thing.
which has the same amount of complexity, this is a vignette.
Yeah, that is a vignette.
Vignette.
It is one thing. It is just a tank frozen in
This is also a snapshot in time of one thing that's happening. There's no story to it. It's just a frozen image, which is exactly what In the Mood is. But the difference between In the Mood and this is there's trees.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. There's trees. Oh,
And if we look at, I mean, both of my, I mean, this 222. This is a vignette. 'Cause it's literally just a vehicle. That's it. Just a vehicle. Nothing's going on. It's just it's looking up. But then my Sherman, I would say that's a vignette, but technically it's not because there are multiple things going on with it.
this is also a vignette according to them.
My
So, Mike, what's this? What's this?
That would probably be a diorama because of the multiple figures.
But
yeah.
they're all frozen. They're not moving.
It's telling. Look,
It's like somebody's just taken a photograph of some dudes standing around.
And this has got multiple shit going on, so
it's confusing. Yeah, that's got a lot of stuff going on, but that to me that's a vignette. The thing
yeah,
that
exactly.
gets
Same,
up,
yeah.
that's also a vignette. Both of your guys' builds are vignettes, according to the actual definition of what a vignette would be. But the IPMS rules or amps rules. It depends on which one they're using. I don't know. That's not the case.
The amps rules are quite strict, aren't they, about size and content?
I have no idea. I've never participated in anything using amps rules.
No, I've seen videos on it on YouTube. Sounds as though they're very anal about what's what and what isn't what.
Yeah.
I never enter competitions like that.
I've
I
never
only
had
enter this one.
enter a
It's
competition.
fun, and it's the only one in the area. So there's no other model show around here that I can go
That's the
to.
thing. As soon as it becomes to the point where it gets to the point where it's not fun, then we're like, what's the point?
Oh, it's still fun to go. It's just kind of annoying when you're told that your stuff isn't what you think it is.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that it fits the other definitions of it, but
When,
it's also so like the results of the actual modeling contest are all over the place.
yeah.
Right. Like you can never predict who's going to win what, right? You could have 5 guys standing around going, that one's going to win. Holy geez, that's beautiful. And the one that wins is one no one picked.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because in with our local shows, the people who win are always just like the judges' friends.
Well,
And
it's peer judge. So the entrants into the show are the judges, and whoever has the most votes wins, right?
Hmm.
So it's just a vast array of who the fuck, what the hell, how the hell did that win, right? There was one. It was a 30-second scale Viper from Battlestar Galactica, right?
Yeah.
Scratch built. It was huge, right? And it was all lit up, had a pilot in it, and everything, and like it could have easily beaten its category for sci-fi, but it also could have been best in show. It was easily the best thing in the whole damn place, right?
Yeah.
It didn't even get an honorable mention. So
Didn't even get mentioned.
no. Like, yeah. And the guy who actually built the props for Space Odyssey 2001, he entered one of the pods from the movie, and it didn't win.
And it didn't win.
No, it didn't win. The actual pod from the movie, this big, sitting on. I'm like, holy fuck! Jim entered the goddamn pod. I recognized it as soon as I saw it, right? Because Jim lives here, the guy who made all the props for the movie. You know the new 2-foot Eagle from Space 1999?
Yeah.
That's out. He designed that. He
It's,
lives
yeah, it's very 2001, isn't it? That?
What?
It's very, you can tell like the same person did it, because it's a very similar style of sci-fi.
Oh, yeah, Jim's pretty specific. It's very what is it? The Halcyon resin model where it shows Kane leaning over the alien egg from Alien, and it's about to pop open and burst into his mask.
Yeah.
That came out there he designed that, right? So anyway, he entered the pod from the movie Space Odyssey 2001, and it didn't win. It didn't even get mentioned, right? It's sitting there on a rotating dish, moving around. It's all lit up. You can look right inside. The little gauges are moving and everything inside. It didn't even get mentioned, right?
No.
No. Do you know what won? First place?
Why?
My Yamato, sitting right over there. my 350 or my 500 scale Yamato won. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Mine doesn't even come close. I'm sorry. Jim should have won the whole goddamn fucking show. What the hell is this? So you never know who's going to win. It's ridiculous. It's all over the place. It's a crapshoot who wins prizes. That's what happens when you have peer judging. You never allow peer judging.
It's not like a people's choice.
When one of my builds manages to beat out the guy who designed the props for Space Odyssey 2001. I'm sorry. Somebody's smoking some serious pot. There's no fucking way that was right.
Isn't it,
Like, maybe he's good at designing models, maybe he's shit at painting them.
It looked just like it did in the movie, Gav, because it was the same
I
one.
actually haven't seen the movie, but I assume it's pretty good.
No, it was just really surprising. He had he had 2 X-Wings and a TIE fighter all lit up in the last model show. That was pretty cool. He won some prizes for those. Right. And he was also
was there not like a People's Choice award or anything?
That would be like best of show.
Yeah, so like where the people
Like,
vote for.
no, it didn't win that.
No.
No, what won that was a diorama about the size of a child's pool table of an airplane getting repainted. And it had like the Christmas decorations. They took the little pretend trees off of like those little house dioramas you can buy for Christmas, and they put some glitter on them and glued them to the thing, put some glitter on them, and yeah, that won best of show. It's a crapshoot.
There's only like one model show in my area, and it's okay. There's not really that much of a modelling present. It's a very underground thing here.
I don't expect to bring any medals home or anything like that. I usually don't. I think I brought home 2 last year. One of them are first place. I never win first place for anything. That's not true. I won first place for the mile. That was Achilles won first place once in the Canadian. But Achilles won first place. The rest are all second and third.
It's kind of weird.
By 116 times, they're third place.
I so badly want to do a 1/16 scale something.
Don't pick a tiger. They're huge.
Nah.
I got nowhere to put the thing. I'm tripping over it all the damn time. It's huge.
I think Trumpeter just bought out a 1/16 scale yak tiger.
That's been up for a while.
Yeah. Trumpeter.
That thing would be the size of a bread box.
But I think they're doing a panther as well.
Yep.
Which would be nice.
Entries. I don't know if I want to bring.
Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's funny, I've been in a yak tiger. It's very roomy.
Gabe, just going back to what we were talking about earlier about what some of the kind of well-known Germans did after the war. I've just been browsing Facebook and came across an article about Otto Skorzeny, which I didn't realize that apparently he went and worked for Mossad after the war.
Really?
He was an assassin for them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was an assassin. What? He was a German who was like an assassin for Mossad.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And that must have been a massive asset for them.
He got given the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross, which is basically like the biggest.
Well, and they didn't murder him.
And for leading the operation that saved Mussolini from his captors in '43, and by 1962 he was working for Mossad.
Well, it didn't work out so well for Mussolini, you know.
Oh, it didn't, did it?
Because they ended up catching the fucker and killing him.
Yeah, he did. He was murdered, wasn't he? I wouldn't say murdered because murdered implies it.
They killed the fuck out of him. They killed the fuck right out of that guy. Holy Jesus. And his wife.
I'd say those misses as well, didn't they? Strung them upside down from the lamppost.
Yeah,
once they shot and then hung.
They killed the fuck out of him.
Fuck, that's my no. Come back. Benito Mussolini. Because I know it's the kind of thing with Mossad and particularly the Russian. Well, it's not the KGB; it's the FSB or something now. It's not the KGB anymore. It's the kind of thing where, you know, if they don't like you and they end up bumping you off, they just say, "Oh yeah, he threw himself down the stairs and then shot himself in the back of the head." Yeah, we did.
He ran into my flashlight 82 times.
Yeah. He threw himself off a building 5 times, threw himself down a flight of stairs, snapped his own neck, and then shot himself in the back of the head. It was a bit like, what was his name? Alexander Litvinenko, the bloke who was in London and they fucking poisoned him with radioactive tea. How was it?
Polonium-210.
Yeah, it was. What was it? Uranium? Or
Polonium.
Ooh.
Polonium-210.
Is that the isotope?
No, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Not uranium, it's not plutonium, it's polonium. There's more than 2 radioactive elements.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why do I feel that
Yeah, but
biology song coming up?
In fact, actually,
So 210 is the 210 is the
majority of
isotope.
elements are radioactive. Get the right isotope. Carbon's
No,
radioactive.
No, but because you've got all the radioactive elements on the periodic table, haven't you?
Carbon-14 is radioactive. We use it in biology stuff all the time for tracing biological activity.
So is that a what? That's a carbon.
It's just carbon with 14 carbon
It's
atoms.
carbon with 14. Was it neutrons or protons?
Yeah, don't you know that?
Yeah.
Just carbon with carbon to it.
Here's one for you, Gavin.
Yo.
Apparently in Bristol today, Bristol University, they closed half of the centre of Bristol because the chemistry lab called the bomb squad because they created a unstable compound while conducting experiments with students.
That's awesome.
And they had to carry out a controlled explosion in the university grounds. They haven't said what it was.
Sorry to interrupt here. Liam Graven would like to know how the E100 went, Gabe.
Oh, the E100 didn't go too badly actually. Right, who's that? Who's that asking about that?
Liam Graven.
Okay, well, the E100, I'll get it up. I'll get some light on it.
Red.
It's very red. It's a bit too red.
It's post office red.
Yeah, it's post office. I should get Royal Mail. Hang on.
Get a postman pat and sit on top of it.
Oh yeah.
His black and white cat.
Yeah. So I did some dust and I got a lot of wet effects. There's some oil contrast. The tracks, the way I did the wheels, I wasn't very pleased with. That I could have put a bit more mud on them. No, it's not too bad. The dry transfers were quite good. But no, that's how it went. It's a bit fucking big. It's the biggest model I've got. Or maybe, but actually, no, yeah, it's bigger than the Leopard 2. Definitely bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're killed by the Russians, they'll just sort of be like, "Oh yeah, he fucking he tore his own teeth out with pliers."
That's nice.
Yeah. We didn't have anything to do with it. He tore his own teeth out with pliers. And he then ate some glass. He was then thrown down the stairs, and he snapped his own neck.
He fell down the stairs.
He threw himself down the stairs.
Honest officer.
I missed the continuity of the conversation.
It's what happens when you get bumped off by Mossad or the FSB.
Okie doke. I guess it's supper time.
Yeah, I thought I heard something like that.
Yeah.
The beckoning of supper.
Mm.
You really had to do that, didn't you?
Sorry. It's been a long day.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Started at 5 this morning.
I was half hour after you.
Fuck.
Zugkraftwagen. Schwer Zugkraftwagen.
Are you trying to read German, Mike?
I'm attempting to. Doing it badly.
What's
The
the
only
word?
word I can do well is Scheiße. Arschloch I can do too.
All the nice words, Mike.
No, all the good ones. I can
Where's
do,
Hendrik when you need him?
I have the same problem with Arabic. Kasumek. Sharmuto. Erafik. Silik. Khada.
That sounds more like somebody.
Chanting.
It's
Yeah.
curse,
I don't know
swearing.
what, but doing something.
It's swearing in Arabic. Sharmuto, bitch. Zebra, penis. Jahash, jacket. Erafik, fuck off. Erafik, what is that reading? Fuck off, dick. I'm gonna piss off Hendrik and build another boat.
Why does that piss off Hendrik?
He wants me to build lots of German armor all the time. He gets mad when I don't build German armor.
Was it Dreadnought? That Mike?
Wow, good eye. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I just caught the front part of the instruction.
1907.
Yeah.
Build a German ship. That'll keep him happy.
It's supposed to be a really good kit, too.
What kit's that?
The Dreadnought
Oh.
in 350th scale.
Trumpeter.
Yep.
You hear Tackham and Trumpeter are doing mouse kits.
Yeah, that's why I just did one.
Yeah. They're doing the Trumpeter are doing one with an interior.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't know. That's just a super detailing kit is all that is. Just having some fun.
Yeah. I'm not sure after my debacle with the King Tiger, I'm not sure I'm gonna do an interior kit for a little while.
The interior on a mouse that'd be a lot of work. There's a lot of work in there. Not a lot of room in there. Those things are jammed.
Massive vehicle. But then the other one's Tackham, and I'm like, meh, Tackham. Meh.
No, I built a couple of Tackham kits. I didn't mind them.
Tackham's okay. I like Tackham's T55, T54.
They're
Yeah.
close to Bronco. Yeah, they're Bronco's pretty fiddly.
Yeah,
Bronco.
Bronco's a bit. Bronco, actually, the comment I did from Bronco was quite.
Yeah, that's the only Bronco kit I've ever built. The comp was, I mean, it was a pretty simple kit. Not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing fancy like
not,
too fancy about it.
Teeny tiny parts. Lots of teeny tiny parts.
The
No,
gun
that's-
breach was quite complicated.
Comment was really basic.
They do because they do a Tetrarch, and they do. I think actually they do Locust. I think they do a Locust. Let's see.
I've got a Humber Mark 1 on the shelf.
Yeah, they do. They do a Locust. No, that'd be fun. So Locust, I'm taller than a Locust, so the Locusts are very small.
I think I might do this one on a stand instead of on a diorama.
Hmm.
What?
Do it on a vignette.
Well, no, I usually build them like they're going on a stand, and then I stick them in a diorama anyway. I think I might stop on this one. This is big.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Have you found any 144th German vehicles?
I did. Thanks to Seb. Seb found them for me.
So I watched your video and I had a look on eBay, and there's a load for sale on UK, like Calf Tracks and Jag Tiger, Jag Bouncers.
I couldn't
Why
find
don't
it.
you do the 144th rat?
Sorry, Mike?
I already have a rat in the stash. Or it's already built, actually. I couldn't find any half tracks or any soft skin vehicles. I found a bunch of armor though.
On UK eBay, there's quite a few 251s on there.
But are they kits or are they
Pre-painted.
die-cast?
They're already assembled, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was looking for model kits.
Oh, right. Okay.
But Seb found me a bunch made by Dragon. Actually.
Cool.
With photo edge.
Yeah, they even have
Is that what?
I can't imagine what that's going to be like. I'm probably going to go insane trying to deal with that.
I'm guessing your nerd goggles need nerd goggles.
I might have to put a couple extra lenses in them.
Yeah.
A big head kit for 144th.
All
All right, I'll just go and get a Hubble telescope for you, Mike.
Yeah, I need to stand on the moon with the Hubble to see. All right, I'm gonna go eat some supper.
All right, Mike.
Talk to you guys later.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Good night.
Right.
Have many of you guys built the Tamir Panther G?
The steel wheel version. I've got that one.
Yeah, like that. Then there's the that one essentially.
I've built it.
How is it?
Good.
Good. I'm eyeing it up.
Do it.
Go
Do
for
it.
it.
Do it. Do it.
It's a
Do it.
Tamiya kit, so yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be too complicated. I'm not going to get the steel wheel version. I may get actually. Now, do you have to put Zimmer on the steel wheel?
No.
No.
You
It's the
can
early
do
one.
whatever you want.
Or should you just paint it in NATO colours?
Yeah.
Paint it in Russian green. Or mark it as an Israeli tank, and then get their their jimmies rustled. Those rivet counters.
I was toying with doing the Syrian Panther 4, didn't they?
That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? A Syrian Panzer IV. It's what they used in like the 70s by Syria.
Pretty late on, yeah. I'm not sure if it was late 70s personally. But...
Panzer IVs.
Yeah, I wanted to do a finished T-34.
There you go.
The Americans were finding World War II German armor in Iraq in the Gulf War.
Iraq.
Yeah, I saw a couple of videos on YouTube about that. It's pretty interesting. Actually.
The Iraqis were using ISU-152 assault guns as mobile artillery.
Apparently, they also found I think it was a Lorraine Schlepper or something, which I think is,
Yeah, they did find Lorraine.
in Iraq as well, which is a SPG. I don't know if they were actually like in service or they were just, they'd come across like an old Iraq army depot kind of thing, and they were all there. They all looked pretty worn out.
Yeah, I can see it here.
Rather than they were actually still in use by the Iraqis, but
Yeah, a 10.5 centimeter LEFH 18.
Yeah, they use they still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and here's a Panzer IV. It's a Panzer IVJ.
They use anything they get their hands on, it would still be rolling.
Panzer IV Syria.
There are still some T-34s, 85s in service all around the world.
There are still Hellcats as well.
Yeah.
There are Hellcats, T-34s. I'm even aware of, I think, possibly.
I believe the Argentinians, whether they still do or not, I don't know, but certainly until relatively modern times, had Sherman Fireflies and Stuarts in reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
At one point, they activated them.
Yeah, they were Sherman Firefly 5Cs.
Yeah.
Conversions of the British Sherman 5C and 1C hybrid to include a diesel engine and new armament. The 105 FTR L44 57 gun, which is the same 105mm gun used on the AMX-13. It's an Argentine license, the French
Argentinian.
one. No, Argentine. Argentinian.
Fucking RG.
Friggin' the argy-bargy.
So, something South American.
Yep.
Yeah. South America.
Was that after your time, yeah?
Jesus.
Well, Argentina.
Yeah.
That happened just before I went in.
Right.
2 years before I went in.
Falklands.
Yep. It happened in 1982. I joined up in 1984.
And the fucking bastards still.
You were pretty straight from school then, were you?
Almost. I was a year out of school before I went in.
Fair play.
Right, guys, I'm going to call it a night.
All right.
So,
To be honest, I may call it a night actually, because I'm getting to the point where I'm
Right,
not.
carry on. Cheers.
yeah,
Dave.
you too.
Yeah, there, yeah.
I'll speak to you again soon.
Night.
Yeah, night all.
See you soon. Right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm probably gonna call it a night, because I'm not really doing it. I haven't really got anything to do. Got some-
No, no problem.
You can't
Drink
just
beer and smoke cigarettes like me.
beer.
You smoke, therefore I smoke, therefore I'm cool.
Yep. Only the cool kids smoke, Gabe. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, all right. It is only the cool bit. But who have we got?
Oh, I'm getting confused by this.
Is that who's building Matilda then?
Moi.
Oh, nice. I'm considering doing Matilda, possibly. Is
Oh, I built it ages ago.
it Tamir's Matilda?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their latest Matilda.
It's been sat on the shelf for a year, and I thought it was about time I painted it.
Yeah. Ooh, it's not many models come back from being on the shelf for a year.
I've got about a dozen of them.
It's a dark place to be for a model kit.
Oh, I've got lights. It's all right.
They can see what they're doing.
I never had the balls to try the Coulter scheme before, but I've actually decided I'm going to give it a go, so I did it.
What the red? Are you using blue or grey?
I'm using the proper colours.
Yeah, so grey.
I'll just put a picture up on the pop page on Facebook.
I have to. I'll have a look at that. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna go, guys. I'll be on like sort of lurking around on Facebook. Liking stuff.
Sounds as dodgy as fuck.
I'll be lurking.
Just a bit.
I'll be lurking about on Facebook. Right.
Oh, I was just out doing some lurking.
You're just doing a little bit of casual lurking.
Lurking, he was.
Lurking I was, and the policeman, he said to me, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just lurking, officer." He said, "That's fine, you just keep your hands out your..."
Just don't lurk past midnight and be alright, son.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Cheers. That was a very impressive West Country accent you had there, Gavin.
Thanks.
And quiet descends.
How's your Mexus coming on, Seb?
Slowly. Got the anti-skid kind of dry brush painted thingy. See what happens there. How it ends up.
Mm-hmm. What time is it? Fuck, it's 20 to 11. I was actually kind of hoping to spray the light green on this tonight, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance because it's taken me all night to mask this fucking turret.
So I masked and painted the Matilda about an hour ago. I finished that.
Yeah.
Since I've been here.
It's because the first bit I had to do is I had to mask the black bits I'd already painted. And then once they were covered, then I have to go around and mask off all the rest so that the remaining bit is the bit I want to be the light green. Because it's hard edge splinter camo on this. So
I think in the future lies in doing it freehand and just saying bugger it.
Well, it's because it's a Swedish tank and they've got quite a distinct, very sharp edge, angular pattern that it just you wouldn't get those sharp, corners and points and stuff in the pattern with freehand. Certainly, I wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying about being lazy. I haven't masked too many models out.
To be fair, this is actually the first time that I've ever masked like this. I freehand everything else. Like even 3-tone NATO camo, I freehand that. I don't bother masking that.
What I find hard is when you got two colours down, it's masking for the third.
Well, that's where I'm at just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I painted the entire thing in the base green, and it was easy to mask the bits to paint the black, but
Yeah.
now I've got to cover the black bit and then basically cover the NATO.
The green that you want to keep.
Yeah, well, because it's all green already. Actually, what I'm doing the shape remaining clear is the shape I want for the light green color I'm about to paint. But just because there's a lot of fiddly shapes and stuff to get the tape all around on this, and I'm notoriously bad with overspray and things, so I kind of tend to cover pretty much everything that I don't want to be the color I'm about to paint. So,
And then when you peel
I'm
the
almost
tape,
done
it comes with it.
the barrel and one bit down one side. Yeah, one bit down one side, which should be quite quick to do, and excuse me, a few bits on the barrel.
I just like to get it right first time.
Well, to be fair, I was quite pleased with how the
Bijna klaar, hoezo is het afgelopen?
black turned out. I didn't get any bleeds. I got nice sharp edges and overspray. So actually, I was really pleased with the black. So I'm not doing anything any different. So hopefully, when I spray this light shade of green on it, it'll be all right.
Tamiya tape gives pretty sharp lines, actually, I found. So.
Yeah.
Then you can always cover it up.
Six Nations starts tomorrow.
Yay!
Yay, Rugger.
Are you playing tomorrow or are you playing Sunday? I can't remember now what the fixtures
So
are.
we're the first game tomorrow.
Your first game, right?
Yeah. Against Ireland at Murray.
Ireland, right. Who's going to win then, Gav?
We are. In our mind. We might not win on the pitch, but in our minds we're always winners because we don't actually win on the pitch, so it's the only thing we win.
Well, I didn't mean that in a rude way. I'm interested this year. I think it'd be a bit closer than last year.
Oh, hopefully.
I really want someone to kick England's ass just to remind them of where it should be.
Yeah.
I think we had to lose the time of it last year at some point for some reason.
So to that I say, come on, France.
Well, hopefully it won't be the French.
But no, for comedy effect, it has to be the Italians.
I quite enjoy that if it happened, actually. They're definitely in the running these days, getting better.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely deserve their place in the tournament. There was a thing I was reading the other day. It was kind of talking about that, you know, should there be a discussion on whether the Six Nations tournament effectively has relegations and promotions in it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I mean, the kind of guys who run it basically said, no, it's not something we're even considering discussing, let alone entertaining the idea of even discussing it.
I thought it was half decent idea, to be honest.
Well, it would be, but the problem is, I think, though, that you run the risk. I mean,
Or you make it a European, sort of open European.